and wasn't working. So switch on. Looks like Empire was able to actually take that round from them after breaching the wall. Thermite.
I need someone to like play in the radio room or whatever with me.
All right, so you pretty standard line up here.
They can't come in unless they come through a door.
Now, on this map, having Ash, Thermite, and Sledge means a lot of walls can go down with a lot of wood on this map. It's definitely to your advantage to be able to take out a lot of those and be able to come at from many sides. This is one of the most destructible levels in the game, so it's definitely to your benefit.
This map is you're incapable of clearing in certain areas because of a lot of small little things that make this map.
Yeah, but if we're playing Armory and we have control of radio, we win.
Nope. Radio's easily flankable and C4able from the floor. No.
It's upstairs. Alright, we're gonna go through the same wall, alright?
Yep.
They're gonna be in radio.
Alright, looks like they're changing spawns so they can get a better approach.
Gotcha.
Watch out for the peak on south.
What peak?
From the door.
Oh, from the window?
Looks like Kevin's using his drone here to make sure he can catch them if they're going to peek. There are quite a few windows and places they can run out on this one and actually get you that spawn they were at.
I'm getting shot.
As you can see there, Valkyrie managed to come out, get a few hits.
It's clear.
That area where there's two doors that lead to outside, that's where he was.
This spot's a common approach here. There's this catwalk that pretty much goes around most of the map, making it pretty good for actually approaching from a variety of sides. But being a catwalk, as you can see there, the defenders are able to come out just as well, giving them the ability to quick peek that. But in doing so, probably leaving the door open on that side. Got Mental walking around with Blackbeard there, trying to find a good spot. Kevin droning ahead. Finds Frost on the stairs. As you can see, that sledgehammer coming to good use. Not having a remote breach, of course, uses the grenade to be a little bit safer than trying to use a sledgehammer there, knowing that there's someone potentially in that room. Unfortunately, did manage to get the kill out of it. Now he's held back a little bit, and those walls being electrified without any kind of way to get in there other than the Twitch drone doesn't have a way to take out those batteries. Unfortunately, takes out the drone with a grenade, despite telling him to wait. Trying to slow peek it, as there was someone in there earlier. Rushes in, and unfortunately, that was... Oh, Jaeger was hiding around. Managed to snag him. Now it's down to a 2v3. Not looking good in LTK's favor here. Empire coming out ahead right now with 1 point and advantage on this map. They did win it earlier against Vex, so obviously they've got some strategies for it. Oh, unfortunately the drop down backfired on him. But they do know that Fluffy's down there. Take advantage of that. Unfortunately, Fluffy also knew they were down there. Shotgun works quite well on Blackbeard. And you see Bandit actually running with the shotgun, which is unusual. That shotgun's very lethal, but does have a quick drop-off. In this case, he managed to get within range just in time with a little bit of ducking and sweaving. They did manage to boost that shotgun slightly in a recent update, so it is a little bit better now. Still an unusual pick. Although in a map like Border with a lot of close quarters, I could see why it might be useful.
Kevin, did you bolster him up top?
Now we do have a pulse running this time, which could come in pretty handy in an area where they know they're going to be approaching pretty close against walls, like the window that we talked about earlier, and the wall that they blew up last time.
And I would have killed Blackbeard and the other guys planting the bomb if Blackbeard didn't down me.
If it weren't for those metals.
Fortunately, Empire's up 2-0 now. Not looking good for Lunatic. Or Lunatic.
Somebody reinforce those with me.
That's the only downside of this spot, is that these walls flank directly outside. And you saw them from the other side last round when they were electrified. Just barely misses the drone there. Oh, almost doesn't get it.
Whoa, what the fuck? I just got insane lag.
You see, in this case, only Kevin playing sight. They're going for a big roam up, except for Gibbles. Looking to potentially battery trick the wall over here. Kevin going for that vault onto the lockers again. Not quite making it.
Rick, if you go out that door, they'll probably...
It'll be interesting to see if that actually gives much of an advantage. Does land on the wall, makes it up onto the lockers. And now he's got this corner. Looks like the bag itself actually hides him a little bit. This could be a useful spot, especially since they tend to breach that side there. But he's going to need Gibbles to watch that window, as he can't move from this position because it was, you know, a long process to get up on top of there in the first place. And now they just wait. There comes the breach, taking out the door first. Looks like Bandit decided to just leave the batteries.
Yep, they just open up the wall for the door.
They did barbed wire that door to be able to slow down the push inside it.
You have monitors?
Kevin holding his crosshair for what he thinks should be a head height.
Where?
Drone does come, but I probably didn't see him from there.
Monitor stairs.
Gotcha.
Need help, eh? They're outside, eh?
Do you have any cameras in A? No, we don't. One's person running down the hallway.
Oh my god.
Where?
And that's
A,
another
A,
round
A door.
for Empire. Oh, never mind. Sorry, I thought that was the
Those
lost
thermite,
screen.
those thermite.
That was just Gibbles down. Unfortunately, that spot didn't work out for him. Gibbles watching the hole he created here. Nice little tactical hole.
You downstairs?
Two downstairs.
Raven takes out Turk. He sees two pass. Thermite, and it looked like Ash.
Thermite's more in 3A.
Inside. They're planting on that spot. They're planting right now.
And as they called out, they're planting it. Fortunately, this is taking up a lot of their time. Gibbles and Fox managed to take down two.
A, help, A.
Unfortunately, Gun Havoc manages to trade Gibbles.
Planting.
Now it's 2 via 3, and they're going for the plant. Goes for long C4 throw. Does manage to take out 2 with it.
Last guy B.
Fox go crazy. There is the diffuser there. He does want to take out the last guy, and unfortunately it's Blackbeard, so didn't manage to get it. Now that's 3-0 at this point. Empire definitely strong on this map.
Okay.
Blackbeard, of course, being strong on this map, considering it was made for Blackbeard and Valkyrie.
Let's bring it back. Drone more on attack, please. Know where you're going. Get surprised by the shotguns.
Thatcher instead of Twitch.
In this case, they're considering bringing Thatcher, so that way they could take out those batteries without needing to drive a drone in there. Which last time you saw, they weren't able to pull off.
Guns on defense, and if they open up the wall, just push it with shotguns. Like,
Yeah.
that's what they're doing. They're just shotguns everywhere. That's the only reason they're good at this map, because they just use shotguns like little bitches.
Good, do it. What do you do that same thing?
So what if we use shotguns on our...
It's customs. It's square orbit.
Nice. Good. Alright, we want...
I'm gonna okay.
Yeah, we got Thatcher. So
Thatcher
that's
and thermite. Thermite in that wall. You know what I'm
they
saying?
have a bandit, so yeah, you're gonna need the thermite.
Wall by
Yeah, you
B.
need Thatcher.
Thatcher, yeah.
Just grenade through the drone hole where many Untitled Chapter, Kevin.
Yeah. No, you can just Thatcher it and then.
No,
and then,
the
Like-
Casanate, I'll Thatcher.
no, you lay on the ground and just watch.
Kevin, just go upstairs with me, and we're just gonna blow through the floor.
Turkey off the bottom.
Okay, and I wanted to keep the volume up there for a second so you guys could hear a little bit of strategy talk while they kind of change up and try and adapt a little bit to what Empire's been doing. As you can see, they're not doing so great with their current strategy.
One monitors.
One wonders if they had a lot of strategy already planned for this or if it was just kind of the result of a lot of bans not going in their favor.
Where is she monitors?
It's probably gonna be a cam outside, so careful where you sit. Oh, they're spotting us on this side of the building before.
Alright.
They do know where one of the Valkyrie cams is from seeing her throw one, which can work out a little bit in their favor. Unfortunately, there's 3 more cameras.
Peeking towards you, Kevin.
They see one crossing over there. Kevin's looking for the kill. Manages to miss it. Does tag him a little bit. Just going to be enough to probably stop him from re-peeking it. Decides to kind of bait it out a little bit. Goes back around. Hoping he won't be caught on the re-peek.
Watch out.
Moves in.
Coming upstairs.
Trying to take what's called the security room. I imagine they might be bringing in thermite to try and blow one of those hatches, as those are obviously important hatches.
I got him. Start hitting to the floor.
We have Ash over here as well. A lot of these floors look like they aren't breachable, but they actually are, which is nice. A lot of the floor in this map is pretty much destructible, making the hatches not as important for attacking, unless they need to actually move down. In fact, in situations like this, sometimes opening the floor before opening the hatches can be to your advantage. Unfortunately, sometimes Sledge's hammer doesn't always make it through both layers. Luckily, Sledge does come with grenades. Did see one down there. Oh, it's Mental. Running the Blackbeard. Now it is a 5v2. This round looks like it's going in their favor. Fox picks up another one on Nitro. That leaves just Frost on Empire's team. The diffuser's down, and they do manage to get 1 point to 3. So it was a much better attack. And you see they actually adjusted what they were doing, and it worked out in their favor this time. And that's what you got to do, especially on a map that's not played as often.
Okay, we're not taking the same place again for defense.
Okay, and hear a little bit more strat talk.
Let's take ventilation.
We're going.
Yeah.
Take
just-
ventilation and
Yeah,
go into
ventilation.
bathroom. Somebody C4 into the bathroom. I'm gonna hold bathroom, alright?
Okay. We need somebody with a shotgun to open up murder holes in a particular area as well.
That would be
Gotcha.
Gibbles. Yeah.
Yep, gotcha.
Okay.
No, we're gonna need people to play upstairs.
Nope. We
Just,
need.
ping the holes.
We need a reinforcement
Get the
upstairs. That's it.
hatches. Get the hatches. Get the hatches 100%. Somebody.
Yeah, we need hatches. No one play upstairs.
Alright, and you hear them actually not wanting to have roamers upstairs and actually playing, making sure the hatches are secure so they don't have to control them.
Oh, it's one and where's the other one?
And of course, it's dangerous trying to reinforce the hatches and then make it all the way back downstairs, which is why you usually see the roamers themselves reinforcing the hatches, so that way they don't have to make it all the way back to site afterwards.
For him right now. Blow it out open for him right now.
I'm coming down.
Hey, Kevin, can you do me a favor?
What's up?
Unfortunately, without being able to see third-person view, can't see the full defensive setup.
Ping that.
Hopefully next time we'll be able to get the permission of both teams.
Right behind that. Watch the bird. Make
Watch
sure
out.
they don't rush.
Let me see. Kevin playing Doc again. Oddly enough, barricading a window right there, just in the middle of the room. I imagine that's to give him a little bit extra cover as he plays in this room here. He's going to reinforce that wall as well to make sure his back is as solid as it can be while he tries to hold that window, as that's a pretty important window there.
Ammo. Or most of it.
Very easy access from the outside.
Should have let us in. But no, I did.
Yep. We're good now.
Trying to open the door.
Now, unfortunately, he's also locked himself in, and as Doc, that will allow him to revive himself, but will make a situation where it'll be very difficult for him to revive any of his teammates without putting holes in the wall to shoot through. Luckily, all those holes are, or walls are wood there, so it won't be too terrible. But there's a situation where a different character like Rook would have been a better choice here, as his utility isn't really needed. See Kevin using the gap there. Managed to call out Sledge.
Yep. Just sledging. For Foxy.
Right now trying to hold back and just feel out where the attack's coming from. Playing it tight as they're down 2 points.
They're above.
Blackbeard at B window, right?
They did give up the upstairs pretty quick, which was part of their plan. It was a situation where Thermite will probably open the hatches, and unfortunately Nitro takes down Fox. That's their frost down. At least the frost traps are available still.
Don't die to the upstairs dudes.
They just want to make sure that upstairs doesn't push down on them and kill them right away.
Reset mental. I'll reset you.
Unfortunately, mental already needs a reset, which means being downed and then picked back up to get 50 health. And this is a situation again where Doc would have been much better used out there. If he had been able to be out there, he would have been able to bring him back to 75 health instead of just 50, making the reset a little bit more worth it.
They're gonna drop down.
They've
the
got me
hatches.
found out, boys.
This is where the hatches. Am I even watching
Hatch
the
is right here.
Alright, and they've called out Ash at least. Fortunately, they're down a player, and Empire is still at 5. However, there is only 44 seconds left in the round.
2 upstairs still. Both upstairs. IQ and
Already takes some damage. That outside door is pretty dangerous there. This wall's been turned into Swiss cheese, making it very difficult for him to guard. Tries to go for a peek. Gets a little tagged from the window, but Turk and Kevin both take down someone. Make it now a 3v3. If they can just hold tight on the defense.
Oh, door.
Fortunately, they already... Gibbles is down, but now he can bring him back up. Doc actually being useful now. Turk manages to get 3 of them
Yeah, that's a 4K and a half.
and get downed, but still makes it work. Right on Blackbeard even. And that's why Blackbeard needs to be on the windows.
Oh my gosh.
His
How'd you
hip
kill
fire,
Blackbeard?
his hip fire spray one, yeah.
Like, how that one tap?
They're both lit.
you don't want to know how much caffeine I just put in my coffee. That's not.
That's nothing. Wait till you taste my gum.
Just try and use the distance it fails. They don't seem like they know how to use the vertical, the
I put the
horizontal.
equivalent of 7 shots of espresso in my.
You hear them trying to pick up on the fact that Empire is not using the verticality of the map as well. So we'll see if they actually manage to take advantage of that. And that map you really did, or that round you really did see them doing that, in that they allowed them to take the top floor, knowing that they could shoot through most of the floor and still manage to win that round as they tried to attack the doors afterwards. So it's a good example of just trying to adapt to what the enemy's doing.
Yep.
And as you've noticed, every time they've actually paid attention and tried to adapt it, they've managed to win. So.
And then I want Kevin's nades to get that guy out of the K9 spot.
Alright.
And then I want to plant
Wait,
I
do
can,
what the
I can
Thatcher?
flash
Deep
them there,
Thatcher?
too.
deep thatcher.
I
Like
just, let me
after we get
flash.
the A wall, we
Yeah.
want a deep thatcher.
Oh, yeah, got you.
We get rid of ADS.
Gun Havoc's breaking the side. Gun Havoc's breaking the side door again, Kevin. Watch out.
Okay,
to the
watch
right.
out.
Alright, they did call out that the side doors are being broken. They know a peek might come. Now they can use their inside drones to try and find them
Completely?
and make sure everything's okay. One of the things that's really helpful to do is to leave some of your drones near common areas where people will peek outside and to be able to get an idea if the windows or doors are going to be broken ahead of time. Sometimes they're just being broken to throw Valkyrie cameras out, though.
He's on the bottom of the stairs.
Any gun?
They're going for a little bit faster push this time as they did manage to clear this room, but then get shot from somewhere. He didn't quite identify. Take advantage of that sledge to bring easy access across there.
You got it.
Alright. Somebody hold
And they want to use this security room as a way to attack that other room.
Go, go.
Alright, ready?
Cooking some grenades,
Go.
trying to make a push into this room.
Go, 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 go.
It's hard to tell if those walls are batteried this time.
I have to open this one.
Looks like he wants to cover their flank.
You got it.
So far, we're at 2 minutes left, no kills. Frost does come
Oh my
in,
God,
manages
what
to
the fuck
get
is
it
that
with the
gun?
Super 90.
Behind.
Nitro out.
Super 90 being still pretty lethal at most ranges. Did manage to do some damage though.
Left side, to your left.
Knows she's there. They called it out.
I got it, mental. I got it.
Unfortunately, she did manage to get out of there in time. Unfortunately, I'm saying unfortunately too much.
Find out where they are, one of you.
We have Thermite over here, waiting, watching. Drones in a lot of spots. Not a lot of great spots, but some spots where they can get some angles on things like the stairs. One thing you definitely want to do is make use of your dead players to do as much as you can with drones and other stuff.
Like, literally right on bomb A.
And you see an example of why you want to turn on shadows right there. If you have the lower shadow settings, you wouldn't have been able to see that shadow and get a tactical advantage. So it is one graphics setting I do recommend for most people. And we do see Raven getting a kill on Mental again with that bandit shotgun.
Where the fuck is he?
definitely worth considering, at least on this map.
In.
Hiding behind sight, dude.
And we get
Gibbles, you're gonna
see
hold
Chapstick getting another kill. And it is now 2v5. It's not looking good for this round.
Holding it.
They go for the plant, and unfortunately Fluffy comes with a shotgun.
One indoors, one indoors.
Nitro downed by Gibbles. Tries to trade it, and Fluffy gets in with that Super 90 from behind.
We gotta clear out the roamers first instead of trying to go for that plant.
Okay. Well, it's not easy clearing out the roamers on this.
Yeah, you're
But
not
let's
supposed
try.
to clear out the roamers. You're just supposed to watch your flanks.
All right, see a little bit of hear a little bit of adjustment there,
We can't even go. Yeah, we
as they were making some tactical errors in terms of what their overall strategy is.
Take
Again, this is likely a map they haven't practiced to the extent of others,
Play smarter. Can you go,
and it does seem like Empire has.
Rook?
Yeah.
I mean, Rook instead? Nice.
I'm gonna play casting for shoddy or what?
So as we see, we are at 2 points to 4 points, with Lunatic down.
to outside. She breaks both of them so she can fall.
They are playing upstairs again. There is only one upstairs bomb spot, which is the lockers.
set her down. Set her down first.
The other bomb spots are all downstairs.
I tried. He just hides on the stairs, and then I try flanking him, and I try hurting him.
We'll see if they're able to adjust a little bit better this round. Try and pick it up and bring it up to at least a 3-4.
Need one more reinforcement on this wall over here.
Just flank them,
If they are able to do so, this may be able to carry over to overtime if they can just pick up 2 more rounds.
Get your armor.
See, 2 people did forget their armor. Getting a little flustered going out to set up all their stuff they have to set up, especially the barbed wire there. Now, the barbed wire was a little bit overlapped there, which was probably a little bit of a waste. You want to make sure you spread out your barbed wire enough so that people can't just easily hit it with, say, a grenade or an ash charge and take it all out at once. Putting it below the door like that does make it a little bit more difficult to get to both sides of it, however.
Just go below them.
You see again, Kevin trying to find these spots where he can hide up, trying to get a little bit of a height advantage. Now he's not trying to hide up in the other corner of the room where he was facing right there. The only problem with that location, as you can see, is it's exposed to the window, as I mentioned earlier. It's a pretty common tactic to set up the kill holes in the wall like that to his right there, so he's able to see into the door. As you can see, they tend to shoot through that, and then he can also see if they bust open that wall with thermite. Unfortunately, the walls to his right are not reinforced, leaving him little cover if they know he's there, allowing him to spray into the room. They're obviously going to push for a breach on that side, as that's worked plenty of times and was also trying to work for them. You hear Sledge breaking down some walls, maybe doing something similar to what they were doing earlier with breaking down that security office wall.
What the fuck?
They know they're getting drowned out.
Wait, what?
And Gibbles goes down to Gun Havoc from Blackbeard.
Summer hallway.
I think hallway, yeah.
Come in offices.
Blackbeard
Kevin
hallway.
tries to peek that hole, trying to find out where they're at outside, knowing that there's at least one out there. They're trying to flash it, trying to come in.
B is your responsibility.
That grenade does shake him up a little bit, down 9 health. They are trying to nade some more. Those not being as effective. He's trying to use whatever's left of that wood wall as cover,
There's a couple of
especially now that they're down a player. They haven't thermited that wall yet, oddly enough, which would give them a lot more access to the room.
There's another. There's another. There's another.
Help collection?
So Mental takes one down and is quickly traded by Raven,
upper B.
bringing it to 3v4
Games are down.
in Empire's favor. Opens up a little bit more of the wall so we can try and see a better angle out there. Someone gets frost trapped. Raven gets Fox before he can do anything about that frost trap. Hopefully whoever it is will get taken out before they're able to be revived. Blackbeard's down at least. That does help. Kevin manages to take out Nitro as he tries to run across the wall. Nitro has been their thermite, so that was probably thermite down there.
Outside that door.
Chapstick as Ash takes down Turk. Kevin tries to spray and run away. Unfortunately, he was pinched in by Raven. And that's game for map 1. Luckily, this is best of 3, so it's not over just yet.
Them legs, bro.
And we'll see what map comes up next.
It's fine.
So Empire taking out a strong lead with the map they've won on twice today against a strong team like Vex. It's not surprising that they must have some pretty good strategies. Hopefully we'll get a chance to see those from another point of view. You can see Gibbles and Kevin and Fox all have a bit high of a ping, so it's possible that they chose to be hosted on a server that was not quite central to all of them, unfortunately.
I don't know why you guys don't like playing people with shotguns. No Valkyrie.
I see some commentary about not playing with shotguns.
And it's either already taken or not usable.
On that map, you did see Empire take quite a big advantage of shotguns. Like Frost and Bandit's shotguns definitely did a lot of damage. Not to mention being able to open a lot of walls.
Used Jaeger with a fucking shotgun.
Looks like we're going to get a little bathroom break here.
Jaeger with a
I want to shout out to those of you who are tuning in. I know this is not the ideal way to stream. Unfortunately, we did need the permission of both teams to be able to stream from a spectator point of view, myself and Blood. We did have permission from one team, but not the other, which meant we were not able to do it, unfortunately. So we're going to try and work out what we can for future situations with ESL. But in the meantime, I did want to bring you something so that you can at least enjoy this. If you want this without commentary, you can always tune in directly to Kevin's stream, which you can see in the URL at the top of the window there. Although, if you want to watch it with commentary, you can always watch the VOD later of his stream. Appreciate it if you tune in here. That's great. Spread it around, get some other people watching. Just try and rally everyone together so we can all talk about the game as it's going. Now, both of these teams are in the Pro League at the moment, so it's no surprise that they ended up in the finals. We did have a situation prior to this where Empire was actually beat 5-1 in the previous match. Took quite a while to protest it and did win the protest. Not 100% sure what the issue was. It may have had to do with some other players and a technicality on the team, on Ferocity. But, it happens. And the ESL ruled in favor of Empire, so we do have Empire then again fighting here. So it looks like we're going to have that bathroom break. And then we'll see what the next map is. Currently it's set on House, which may or may not be the next map. They may have just left it on that. But chances are it is probably House if they changed it to that. They may have just rotated around, however. From what I'm hearing, though, the protest was regarding a player being underage. Justin, who was formerly of Orbit, and I believe played on some other teams in between, was playing for Ferocity. Believed to be an underage player. Not sure what the details of the protest were in terms of what happened, whether there was proof of age or anything like that, but it was ruled in Empire's favor, so it is likely that there was a proof of age required, and he was unable to provide that, or provided it and it wasn't 18 or older. Unfortunately, playing in the ESL is part of a contract system that does require you to be an adult, and in this case you do need to be 18 or older in the US to play. It's unfortunate as Justin's a pretty good player, so if that was the case where Justin was just underage, then chances are we probably won't see him for a little bit again. So we'll see what comes of that. But it was a case that is why Empire is in here right now. Thank all of you for tuning in. Especially thanks for Morris and Panda for hosting, and Kevin for streaming this. Very cool of the Lunatik guys to try and support the casting. Shout out to Fox. I haven't seen any of those cheeky kills yet, but hopefully he'll throw some down. Once they pick up the pace on scoring, of course. There is a timer, a 30-minute timer for the server before it will automatically shut off, so they definitely should be back sometime relatively quickly here. Raven's relatively new to Empire, but we did see him do pretty good lately. And it is looking like it's going to be house.
Cause we are the champion.
ready?
I'm ready.
Alright, looks like Lunatic's ready.
Yeah, for
Just
sure.
need to
dude.
find out if Empire's ready.
Are they?
I'll bring the strippers.
Fucking house. Let's go, boys.
Did they start it yet?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
Okay, confirmed to be house.
Follower, boys.
And this should be an interesting match. House being a very, very small map, and these guys all being pretty aggressive players.
On Kevin's stream, he's watching right now.
Yeah.
You
Relax.
do a
Respect,
great
guys.
job of casting, buddy. Keep it up.
Love you guys.
Told me Fluffy was in a meanie pants. Fucking let you stream it because I love Brett. And you guys cast it.
Respect.
You guys did a
Respect,
great job.
Lunatic. You
Good
guys are
blood.
playing really well today.
David, hear us? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's unfortunate that Hydra had to forfeit due to power outages. I was looking forward to that game as well. But you guys are playing it well today. Definitely a close game against Hive earlier. Those of you that didn't catch that, hopefully someone was streaming. I believe Bloodbath was streaming that earlier if you want to catch the match where they played against Hive earlier. It's a pretty good one.
Nice. Hello?
What?
Are we ready?
Hopefully a player is ready here. Sounds like. We'll be ready to get this going on map 2 house. Now, if Empire wins this, then that's the game, and they do win for the day. And if
I don't like your attitude.
Lunatic
That's
wins
what
this,
I'm
then
protesting.
it goes to map 3.
5 minutes and 3 seconds on purpose.
Record.
User joined your
Hey, who
channel.
won?
They won.
You lost to Empire?
No.
On border.
Border. 2 more maps.
And the joy of hearing TeamSpeak as random people jump into their TeamSpeak and talk about the game that's still going on.
Message me when it's over.
Alright, we're ready.
Why?
Thank
Got to give respect to Lunatic for leaving their TeamSpeak on. This
Yeah, we're
takes
ready.
balls.
Are we ready, boys?
Oh, we
Yep.
got you.
All right, looks like we're ready to get going here.
Your channel.
Ready. I'm ready.
Suck a butt, that!
Let's go.
Thanks for the follow, Dread Kane. Sorry I haven't been watching the follow thing. I gotta admit, I don't do a lot of Twitch streaming normally. It's a little bit new to this.
I'm gonna.
Just trying to get this set up for you guys.
Yes, sir. Gotcha.
I think normally we'll probably be streaming on Bloodbath stream, but when it's solo,
Call.
What would you like me to do?
I'm not gonna ask him for his password. Looks like we're gonna start with
Foxy,
Lunatic on
reinforce
defense,
garage and
taking living room, training room,
or two in the training
which is
room.
the
I'll
split
reinforce one in
between the
garage,
pool
one in
table
training.
and the gym.
Gibbles and Kevin both reinforce garage. Mental, I just want you to reinforce one wall. I'm gonna show two.
Okay,
So it looks like they're adapting some of the reinforcements a little bit dynamically.
Red
I got you.
and blow open the hatches.
Ping the wall.
Armor,
This
Kevin?
one,
I
right?
will. I will.
Shoot
Armor
the
first.
hatch, please. Shoot the hatch, please.
Shoot the hatch. Yeah. That's
Oh boy.
I got it. Don't
Alright,
worry, I got
mental.
it.
Mental. This one.
I got you.
Shoot the
You see
hatch.
them reinforcing the garage, of course, super important, making sure that they don't have the easy way in.
You want more garage? Or wait, you got it.
And I'm opening to the well.
Do you have a shield that they can put here, or do you all run guard?
All barb.
Gonna have exert.
Nice peek. One sounds like front door.
Set up a lot of barbed wire here so they can't just get into laundry quickly if they manage to blow open the garage door. Important to set some holes up here.
I am.
The nice thing about holes down there is the boat provides a little bit of extra cover.
To your left.
It's pretty common for that garage panel right there to be blown open, as it provides a way to shoot straight into the laundry room. In this case,
Right.
he's
Mental. You need to reinforce.
barricaded it with wood,
I did.
so they can't shoot straight in without shooting down the door first.
Garage?
I can't see
Yeah.
it. Okay. Alright.
Yep.
Because my graphics are low.
And looks like he's kind of boxing himself in there, out of there.
Cams, where are they? Where are they at?
We don't got no Valk cams. They're like.
Fortunately, no Valk right here, so they don't have any extra cameras.
One's front door.
Some of the cameras oddly weren't shot out outside though, which is a surprise.
Bam.
One's repelled up to workshop. One might be workshop.
Looks like they're
That's
trying
gonna havoc.
to make their way into the pool room. It's one window open already.
Repelled it.
Now, when playing splits like this, you always want to open up the trapdoor so that you can jump between those and come back to. Oh, and Gun Havoc takes out Fox.
What? He's shooting me through.
And you can see you can also use that trapdoor as a way to shoot back up towards them.
I can't go anywhere.
Quiet, quiet.
You can hear them have a little bit of comms issues. Trying to make sure they can stay quiet to hear when anyone's
One's
coming.
repelled side of B. North.
Fortunately, he gets droned out. They are down one player, but it is only a minute 10 left. At the point where Empire is going to have to start thinking about pushing pretty soon.
Open up side
Yes.
door.
They're sledging into.
We have a sledge. He does open up from laundry. Tries to peek it. Kevin takes out Fluffy.
Window B.
Big one?
Very dangerous counter peek there.
Double.
But he did give his position away by sledging that. Luckily, Kevin was nearby to answer it.
Blackbeard though, so don't peek it.
Dining room open now. They know they can come in from those stairs, making this a very dangerous position to
Try
be,
get that cam.
as he can be hit from pretty much all sides at this point. 33 seconds left. A push is going to start coming. Chapsticks takes out Gibbles, making this 3v4. Attacker's going to have to collapse now at this point. We have Turk and Kevin just sitting there.
Stop the plant, guys. Go to B.
The plant does go down, probably in the pool room.
Going.
Turk manages to get one with C4.
What?
Drop down open for whatever reason up there.
Nitro in garage.
Nitro takes out Turk. 2v3. Attackers have the advantage at this point. Mental does takes out Gun Havoc, which was Blackbeard.
What garage?
Nope.
Unfortunately, Mental goes down to a knife from Nitro,
He's in sight.
leaving this 2v1 with Kevin trying to pick it up. Thanks to Intel, but
That's just nuts.
Thermite does manage to see him coming and takes him out with a quick move.
Play a lot more passive, dog. Or just a lot more aggressive.
Looked like he might have even been able to get him through the wall at
All
that.
this stuff with all, I can't play aggressive because you make me reinforce everything, and I gotta put 3 ADSs on my barbed wire.
Hear them trying to adapt a little bit.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not able to do all that.
They were able to adapt pretty well to Border, but
Just
I
let,
got
just let
shot
him,
through the wall.
just let him do the one job that I had. Just let him reinforce that one wall, and I'll reinforce the two in workshop. And
them
then
swapping up spots a little bit so that they can be ready to roam and play a little bit more to their strengths, as Fox as a player tends to play a little bit more aggressive.
Upstairs and he saw the kill
I know
and
how you.
made him shot
I
to
know
the
how
right.
you. I know how you.
He's just saying you're getting shut down a lot. Try to do something different, because they're gonna expect you to do the same thing.
Yeah, they're top.
That's
So
all you do.
I'm gonna watch the outside pushes. I want Mental and Kevin on the big workshop window. I want
Okay.
Foxy on the roof above blinders, and I want Gibbles on top of ABC roof. You know what I'm saying? Like ABC building.
Here's some shot calling going on.
There's a ladder
Oh
that
yeah,
leads into the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
on top of the roof. Okay.
I got
That
you.
roof, just shoot the kids' windows and watch.
Gotcha.
Now, of course, calling out strats in the middle of a match like this, very, very important, but very difficult to do accurately, as any one of those could have been misinterpreted. You need a last-minute fall apart due to the stress of the time limit being 1 minute less in ESL. And we'll see if they're able to pull off what they're trying to do. You saw him leave the diffuser outside, which is always a good idea if you're really not sure which site you're going to be pushing and you're running people in risky situations. Now, we have Kevin using a drone right there to see through that window safely. It's dangerous to peek.
Drone in and find out where they are.
They do want to push into that construction site, otherwise known as workshop.
Don't waste your nades.
Shoot the window. Shoot the window.
Wants the window shot out so he can jump his drone in there.
I don't think there's any more ADSs.
Does manage to get one in, finds the bomb in there. A little bit of barbed wire. Unfortunately, they took out the wall there, making it very difficult to jump in there.
One half wall.
They found the one hiding in construction. They're going to repel and try and be able to take him out from an angle if they can here. But he does know he was droned, meaning he may have changed positions.
Mental, you peek it. Kevin,
You do want to always be able to act as fast as you can on drone intel, but if you do reveal that you droned them, they can adjust accordingly. Luckily, Blackbeard's here.
Bathroom's broken.
Blackbeard just has to be careful not to peek too high.
I'm droning.
Unfortunately, it's a situation where it's also hard for him to peek upside down without accidentally rappelling back up onto the roof.
You still have ball?
Yeah, still have full.
They still know he's there.
That bomb.
And he knows he's been droned again, and that does push him out. Blackbeard does down him, but unfortunately the wood makes it hard for him to finish. Oh, Mental takes it. Or Kevin takes it. Mental takes out Gun Havoc. It's now... Oh, it was a 5v3. Then Chapstick takes out Turk. So now it is back to a 4v3. So he's those. Oh, he manages to rush it. Takes a lot of damage there. Unfortunately, Fluffy finishes him off as Frost.
Cover me.
Stairs.
That leaves 3v2 in the attacker's favor. The plant's going down. Now that's going to force them to come out. They put pressure on from the other side unexpectedly. Blackbeard takes it. Now it's up to Blackbeard and Twitch to defend it. Frost is the only one left. Mental takes him, and that's the round.
That's why I put Blackbeard, baby.
Blackbeard definitely working well. So it sounds like this is a map they haven't practiced as well as they should have either, judging by the fact that they want to dry run it.
Oh, no one's watching.
Definitely got to be careful when you pick maps here, as you saw in last map with Border.
I got you.
So you have someone taking Valkyrie now, so make sure they have those extra cameras. And we'll see whether or not she's taking the shotgun or the
But if you,
MPX.
no, because you said either be fully aggressive or not, so I'm going to be fully aggressive and just jump out of windows.
You can do that.
Luckily, I think they're calling out a new strat on that one. Worked out.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
But
We
like,
try.
wait for it. You don't need to like.
Shoot the hatch.
Okay,
Yeah, no, I
you're gonna
know,
get
just-
one wall, Jaeger.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting for the hatch to be shut. Mental, can you get a camera on the north side, like watching the whole front of the
I got you.
You hear him calling out for Valkyrie to place a camera in a specific location. The flexibility to be able to do so is increasingly becoming important, as the common cameras are known, shot out, and then you lose a lot of that intel, especially on the outside of the map. You'll even see some people throwing redundant cameras just to make sure when the basic camera is destroyed that they still have one in those important rooms.
Mental, got a camera on the north wall.
Pretty common to try and hide drones in there. Just trying to use his pistol to clear those out if there is any drones hiding there. He doesn't want them to know whether or not they're going to be in the garage,
I know. I get in mine.
as he's doing like last time and backing out of the garage completely.
I want one cam on in the living room. Do I have a cam in the living room? Any cam in the living room. Toss them from down here.
See him placing some barbed wire in case they try and break open some of those spots like last time. Doesn't want them to be able to maneuver in there. Tries to lock up the garage.
And nitro from below. Okay.
I got you.
So they are preparing to be able to throw nitro up through that trapdoor, which I believe they did last time. Good way to take out if you know someone's trying to plant the diffuser and you have an idea which side of the room they may be on. They don't have much of a choice or chance to get away from it.
They already broke the
Drone on main floor.
Now, last time they did take out a lot of that upstairs, trying to make sure they don't take the third floor and come down.
Do you need help?
My bathroom being a common entrance right there.
Nice.
Good job.
Fox and Gibbles roaming. Fox takes out Fluffy, but then Gun Havoc trades it.
That's fine. Good
Gun
job.
Havoc probably playing Blackbeard again. Gibbles running around trying to find a way to probably trade that back. And you see switch up here. Kevin actually playing Rook instead of Doc, and Gibbles playing Doc. Again, a weird reverse in that Gibbles is out roaming,
There was.
and usually you'd want Doc on site. In this case, he's going to be able to help
I have
Turk.
big window nitro, so Foxy, I need you to stay on the living room cam and tell me if they repel in there.
Yeah, Blackbeard's repelling to it,
Most important
breaking
job.
it. Mental's on the camera, so I can't watch it.
Using the Valkyrie cams and some of the other cams to make sure they have an idea
That's
where they're
like
at.
if he repels in.
They are at an advantage right now with 4v3. If they sit tight and play time, especially now it's a 2v4 with Turk taking out Chapstick. The defenders are now at the advantage. Bandit takes them out. Now they merely have to wait. 1 minute left. The attackers are going to have to push with 2 attackers. It's going to be very difficult. Blackbeard is going to be at an advantage in many situations, but if they play out a situation where Blackbeard has to come in
One person
and exposes
may
most
lobby
of
in.
his body,
Pop it now.
it's going to be very difficult for him to push this aggressively.
Oh, what? Where the fuck was your nitro? It
Big
showed the
window.
camera.
I told you, big window.
It was
Unfortunately, some missed callouts there.
hit, like the complete right side.
Planting,
All the way in
planting.
the
Didn't land their
corner.
C4s. This is a good spot to sit below, as it's pretty common to come in that window.
Run out that door, yeah.
The plant does go down. Gun Havoc takes out Mental, breaking down the defense. Gibbles trades.
Little windows, front window, front door, front door, front door, front
Now they have to do is just make sure that they don't get in. Gibbles doesn't manage to trade it. Raven
I'm
takes
gonna go
down Kevin.
Got him.
They trade it.
Nice, 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 nice.
All they've got to do now is defuse it, and no problem. Everyone's dead.
Good fucking home.
Alright.
A very, very close round there at the end.
Okay, this is where I get my nitro. So
Did work out, however.
tell me accordingly. I don't.
That pool room being a dangerous room to stay in and guard due to the fact that there's windows pretty much everywhere,
Yeah,
making it a very difficult room to defend.
Big window, and you blew it up, and it didn't hit her at all.
IQ is fucking fast. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Probably.
She also ran front door.
It
She
wasn't-
rappel in.
yeah. What happened was she just ran, and your nitro cell was right below the window, and she was in the corner, so she might have taken like a little bit of damage, but for the most part, she didn't get hit at all.
They're probably gonna be upstairs again.
I don't know why she ran into that corner of all corners. Though.
Just do the same thing, alright?
So I'm trying to figure out a little bit why they're
I will
making
tell
some
you.
of the plays they
I will
are,
tell you.
trying to understand the
We're
opponent
men
better.
down, Gills.
Okay,
We're down
gotcha.
in people, and we're planting the bomb and shit.
Some more adaptation,
I got you.
which is good.
I'll be
Construction
ready.
site, right? Construction, right?
Yes, yes.
Alright.
You need to be on that window again. This time,
I got you.
Looks like they're going to be ready to push construction.
Top floor again.
watch more towards bathroom. Okay?
Yeah, I
We should have somebody swing kickstart spot.
That's like one
Like right below bathroom.
my only fucking weak spot. Or like
For some reason, they're bringing one of their drones all the way back
They're
outside.
setting up a lot of barbed wire in construction.
Most likely to be able to watch for peaks early.
So. Just watch for it if we swing in for whatever reason.
Get a little bit of extra view on the top side.
Unless he's not playing half full.
No one's peeking APC.
Yeah, he's peeking
Peeking
in.
side.
Peeking side street.
Nice, peeking side street and front turret, watch out.
Taking down the cameras and making their approach. Going for a construction again, much like last time. Probably Blackbeard going up on the window.
Dropping, dropping.
It's a good straight angle. The only thing he has to worry about, however, is people jumping out that bottom window and shooting him from below, or coming out one of those roofs.
Alright, let's break open that window, drone it. Alright,
At this point,
Window,
Empire knows
side-
they're going to be
side-
coming there.
side window, Foxy.
Trying to get the
Oh,
window
yeah,
open again so they can get a drone in. That's the only way for them to get a drone is through those windows.
Alright, that's good, that's good.
Was anybody watching my flanks?
Does get his drone in. He's going to check again for that spot behind the half wall where the guy was last time.
One half
Does
wall.
peek him, but he managed to peek him much smarter this time. Doesn't reveal the fact that his drone's there. Making it much easier for him to actually try and get him.
I'm gonna flash, hang on.
They're going to try and bait him much like they did last time where they
Alright,
try and get him to come out exposed so Blackbeard can take him down.
donate
Throwing
gas.
grenades, force him out.
Just get him
Shooting
out.
down just to make sure that there's not any bear traps. Peeking, trying to check for him. He has that drone still. Oh, it did get taken out by the grenades. Looks like he's going to have to throw another drone.
Droning, droning, droning.
Sends in the drone. Try and check if that guy's still alive. Oh, somehow throws it into the roof. Sees the guy. Drone gets taken down.
130.
He knows he's there. It's going to be a situation where they're going to have to try and force him out without
I'm
dying.
repelling him, I'm baiting him, okay?
Alright, Gibbles.
See Turk outside with the diffuser.
Coming, okay.
Trying to hide. Kevin's going to go be brave, trying to bait the guy out. Nitro takes out Mental. Fluffy takes out Nitro. An unfortunate trade. Kevin takes out Raven.
Got him.
And then Fox takes out Fluffy. It's looking for the attackers with 4-2.
One side.
110.
Nitro does take out Gun Havoc. Or Gun Havoc takes out him.
One main stairs.
So Kevin's down due to some unfortunate camera work there.
You guys have bombs, so don't worry about it.
Where is
See
it?
Fox trying to watch for anyone running upstairs.
He was
Exposing himself a little bit. Oh, he does see someone towards the bathroom.
He's in bathroom.
He's so hurt.
He's on the
Trades
stairs.
some hits.
He's on the stairs.
Main stairs, Valkyrie, live.
Turk repels in with the diffuser, ready to
He's going
plant.
up to back stairs.
Tight.
Gonna plant behind the bomb. Oh, having to make sure he's secure first.
Plant, 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 plant.
Getting ready for plant. They
Nice,
they've got it down. Fox gets another one.
Planting.
It's 3v1.
Back stairs.
Fox is down. They do know he's there.
Front stairs.
All they have to do now is make sure that he doesn't get over
Front
there.
stairs, yeah, main stairs. I'm
He's
dead.
probably gonna rotate around. Gun Havoc finishes the job. Probably does have some cameras up and available. Hopefully that will give him enough of an advantage to be able to try and push on two guys. See Gibble's trying to open up a little bit of the wall there, give himself an advantage. He's looking for any angle he can get safely.
Nice.
And Turk
Good job,
manages
guys.
to defend it by himself.
Good job, Turk.
Sorry,
Good
I
finish
was,
there. Do a hectic round.
I like just started repelling and he came out. It was just.
I'm like-
Yeah, it's alright. It's alright.
We are at round 5 on map number 2.
Timing.
3-1. This looks like it's a little bit more
I'm like
sided
60%
towards
sure
Lunatic.
My teammate is the one who downed me because I didn't see Valkyrie anywhere.
Don't worry.
Fluffy killed Nitro.
Fluffy,
Yeah.
no, he-
Sounds like there was a little bit of a trade there.
Alright, I'm gonna be in workshop. I want.
I don't
okay,
have a
want
shotgun.
one
That
side
team
and
kill
one
probably
side.
ended up costing them that round.
That's
Yeah,
your
yeah,
shotgun.
I have a
Sure.
shotgun. Yo,
Turk, get a
Foxy,
yeah.
They're making sure they have a shotgun now, which is good. Especially in a close range map like this.
Somebody blow open half a fucking.
I hear Turk trying to call out some strats and some people talking over him a little bit.
The other half, and I want somebody to hold in.
Half towards the windows or half towards
Doesn't matter. Whichever one you're more comfortable with. Mental, hold there.
Okay.
Yeah, Turk, can you blow open? Can you get a camera out in the treehouse?
Cool if I spawn.
Let's try and get some cameras outside.
No.
They're considering spawn peeking. Thankfully, they're not going to.
Yeah, treehouse, and if you get
Not a good idea when you're unsure if you can pull it off.
I need one on workshop, so. I don't know. First, let me throw mine and then we'll
get one treehouse, please.
I'm trying to make sure they get that camera outside. Give them that extra visibility that need.
Just throw it at the top if you can.
Still doing some
someone-
late game remodeling here.
Yes.
No, that's not gonna work. Whatever. We don't have ADSs, it's fine.
Someone's already hitting something.
Might be Jim. Ash Jim, maybe.
Trying to feel out where the attacker's coming from.
Cameras outside.
Yeah, they do.
Opening up a little bit of hole just to make sure that they try and plant there. Now Kevin is standing in the spot that he just killed guys in multiple times.
Tell me when they're repelled on workshop.
They will anticipate him being there, but it is a good spot to defend from. As you can see, it was very difficult to get him
But
out.
they're gonna
Sledge
watch
bathroom?
it.
Blackbeard will likely be repelling on the same window they were.
Foxy,
Sledge bathroom.
Just wait on it.
Yeah.
He's running me out.
Tell me when he's in bathroom gibbles, I'll see for him.
See Kevin
Yeah,
trying to make sure his
he's
gun
gonna
doesn't
be
stick
coming
out.
soon. They're trying to shoot me through the wall right now.
Doesn't want to expose himself at all.
What the fuck?
Got him. Wait, fell. I think somebody
Treehouse,
fell.
treehouse.
Sounded like someone might have fell. Probably off the roof.
It's repelling upside
Trying to
down.
do some repelling and missed it. It's probably Blackbeard on the window.
Nice kill.
And Chapstick goes down to Turk.
That was Ash.
Good shit,
Fox
guys.
takes down Raven. And it's a good start for Lunatic.
Nice.
As they take down another
Nice.
one. As Mental takes down Blackbeard. Unfortunately, Fluffy takes down Fox.
Just outside on the floor.
Trades it a little bit. It's
I knew
a
he'd be
4v2.
there. Didn't think he could beat
Looking
that.
like it's in their favor.
Alright.
Just hold it. Just hold it.
Where's Thermite?
Trying to hold their situation tight here. They know it's Sledge and someone else, Mystery Man.
Foxy, get on cams, please.
Yeah, I'm on cams.
I have someone running cams to make sure. Try and find out these last two. Once they know their position, it'll be much easier to hold. Now they have to plant in the construction site or the kids' room.
Nice.
One more.
Mental
one.
takes down Fluffy. Kids'
Yeah, that
room
was him.
is the most likely place to plant, especially now that they've cleared up construction.
Nice.
And Turk takes down the last.
Good shit.
Nitro goes down.
I'm gonna hold that fucking angle every time I play now. Damn, that was easy.
So catches on to the fact that that's a pretty good angle there.
That angle was way too easy to hold, man.
Come on, boys.
It's a difficult one to get them out of.
Very good.
See, construction's pretty defensible.
We need to
Normally?
drive around.
4-1. It's looking like Lunatic might be able to take this map. If they get one more point here, then it's their map, and we will go to map 3.
Milspec is Donut Dottie.
No.
No.
Oh,
Yes.
so Milspec picked up Dottie, Donut.
No,
Yeah.
no. Donut is Dottie. What are you guys
Yeah,
talking
okay.
What? Really?
Yes. Well, on Milspec. His
See
name
some
was just
confusion about
Donut,
who's who.
that's it.
So who's
Oh.
It's not the donut from the other fucking team. Jesus.
Donut
so
Ops?
it's Dottie Donut.
Yeah, it's
Who's Donut?
A lot of confusion here about who Dottie is now playing as.
What the fuck? Who am I then?
On Milspec.
What?
Fortunately, Milspec
Fucking garage.
sadly did not have all their players steady and had to forfeit.
They're garage. They're just garage.
So they identified the garage.
Okay,
They're
alright.
doing the old
So-
season 1, boys.
Yep.
Okay, I want Kevin to enter.
So it sounds like they're
from,
assuming that the players will be
workshop,
trying to
and I
guard
want
garage with the bandit
You want me
trick.
to do the repel shot?
bathroom.
You want me to do the repel shot?
It can be a little bit easier to do that now that you have the ability to throw sticky cams outside. We'll see if they throw a sticky cam outside to try and watch the garage door.
Yep.
No, I
I
mean,
need your.
no, I mean this church, this right here, this peak.
Oh, sure, go
inside.
ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Okay.
sure.
That's
Alright,
all.
I'm gonna drone.
A little bit of drone and try and clear the house. Clearing the top floor will help them take it, and then be able to work their way down.
Representative clear. Master's clear.
Good strategy.
Yo,
Once they secure the top of the house, it'll be much easier for them to put pressure on both sides.
I'll
And then
drop
once they blow open the
diffuser
garage
right
door,
Watch
They
out,
muted
spray a
this entire
Valkyrie.
fucking thing.
coming
here.
in construction.
Watch out, there's probably a Valkyrie cam.
So being aware of the fact that there might be Valkyrie cams, none of them are running IQ, so they're not able to really identify them with any gadgets.
What the fuck?
Just have to prepare. Tries to take an angle. Oh, does take down Fluffy already. Good assault on the gym. That's a common angle to use for defending a plant as well.
Gotcha. Okay, upstairs.
Kevin just trying to clear out whoever he can out of gym as best as he can.
Here, wait.
Sledging open the floor rather than trying to blow open the hatch.
Yo,
Trying to bait them to move.
Someone get the diffuser.
And the thermite goes. The garage door is most likely open at this point.
I'm watching
See Kevin
backstairs.
trying to use his
I'm watching
sledge
backstairs.
to give him a lot of advantage angles here on a lot of different areas, especially stairs. This angle will let him guard this much more securely, allowing them to keep this top floor solid. This will really force them
Flashing A.
to be on the defensive. A 5v3 at this point. Still a minute 25 left.
One behind bomb.
It's looking pretty good. They've identified Jaeger. Take advantage of the holes on the floor to be able to take him out,
Dead.
as well as the hatch.
Good shit, man.
He got pushed out.
Where?
And Mental takes out 2. Gets straight up for Foxy, and then Turk takes out the last one, Chapstick's down. And that's map 2 for Lunatic. So now we 1-1, and we go to map 3.
Hey, Mel's watching us too.
Yeah, Turk, we can,
Hey,
we
man.
can, what's it called?
Masturbate?
Bank, because all they do is
No.
no, listen.
No.
They all spawn.
We got a 5-1.
Hey, either way, I'm trying to tell you the strats. If
definitely
you're
their
fucking
map.
Ignorant, that'd be great. Anyway, they all spawn back alley, and the 2 of them come through the window in the first floor into bank, into
That's
open area, and then the other guys just go upstairs from the windows.
I do not care.
And you see the advantage of paying attention to the other team's strats,
Did
although in
anyone-
this case it doesn't sound like he
Did
cares
anyone of
much.
them take the ladder from parking alley, or no?
Fluffy's salty.
Because before he asked us for a break, and now he's just quiet.
Nah, let's it go. Okay.
And it looks like it's going to be Oregon for the final map, which should be good.
Bang, 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 bang,
It was supposed to be Bank, I believe. Oh no, it is Bank.
Do the
1-1,
castle?
boys.
Do the castle strat?
So this should be interesting as
Yeah.
Bank had typically been
Honestly, I'm
their
just
map,
playing like a shotgun and I'm just sitting
but they
there.
have lost it somewhat recently.
For sure.
We asked if you wanted a break. You said no.
In before Chapstick drops 18 kills this game.
Yep.
A little bit of salt going back and forth.
Just say that's my usual bathroom trip.
I believe they're just waiting for Fluff to get back from the bathroom. Maybe to take a vape or two.
I mean, shit, I can be anything you want me to be.
I can become.
Dude. So lost.
I mean, I could also be a woman named Marge, but you never know.
Listen, dog, keep talking like that. You gonna get your dick sucked and your toes licked.
And we're just waiting for that bathroom break to end.
Ready, let's go.
Alright, sounds like we're all ready. And we're going to start Bank.
Do not get
Again, this is a map that Empire have been playing a lot in the ESL Cups. And the strategy at this point is probably pretty well known due to the fact that they stream it. So we'll see how well Lunatic adapts.
Is Raven still
Does sound like they were able to do their homework a little bit and have some idea what their strategy will be.
Yo, is anybody else playing with a Steam controller?
Steam controller.
I just got mine yesterday, so I'm just trying it out.
I have tried this game with a Steam controller. It's not easy.
Nah, dude, I memorized the, like, sense of your finger.
Alright, I thought the match was starting here. I'm not sure what the delay is in getting it going.
Alright. I want to see if Wallhacks is still on his shit.
Yes, I am.
Chapstick is about to drop.
Still on my
21
shit.
kills in this game. I'm calling it right now. 21 exact. Notice he had 3 kills last game. Now he's gonna be a 21 monster.
Oh yeah, have you guys seen the video?
I showed you.
Shut up,
yeah,
Pockets.
yeah,
Just saw you
yeah.
followed.
Shit.
What's up, man?
It's a fucking god, dude.
Some fucking god level shit right there, bro.
I'm his biggest fan.
Are they ready? If not, I'm gonna get.
We're about ready to go here.
Go get water. It's fine.
Alright.
Gonna go get some water. Unfortunately, these matches being a little long.
If you
Tend
guys,
to need some quick breaks.
hadn't
Kevin wants to go.
Shout out to everyone watching. I know this isn't the best way to stream the finals, and hopefully we'll get to be able to do it a little bit better next time. But I appreciate everyone tuning in, taking advantage of whatever we can do.
Remember when LeBun said that I'd never be a Blackbeard player? You guys remember when LeBun goes like, "Oh no, you push too much, man. You'll never play Blackbeard." Nix will be Blackbeard.
I don't remember that.
I remember that.
Nick's always having the
clearly.
rights over it.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I remember
Little bit
going
internal
over
chat,
but I was like,
some
I'll
salt.
play Blackbeard. I'll main Blackbeard and shit like that when we
Well,
were
no,
looking at
if
the
you
demo,
think
and then
about
he
it,
goes,
everyone who plays Blackbeard were people who played, like,
Ash
aggressive
and IQ
people.
and shit.
Like,
Super rushy.
Young played Recruit Shield, who'd run in. Gun Havoc would play Ash.
Remorse to play
played
Ash.
Yeah.
Talking about you, Remorse.
Now they all play this.
I played like Sledge and IQ and shit.
Hopefully we're about to get this going here. Sorry for the delays. Obviously I have no control over that. Take these little
I
bathroom
just feel like
breaks.
it complements my playstyle a lot, and if I kind of use a flash hider on it and burst like first 4 or 5 rounds and then untap and then just like let go and burst another 4 or 5 rounds, it's almost like auto,
Are they ready or no?
and it's really accurate.
They are ready.
Okay, sounds like everyone's ready to get going. And we are going to have map 3 Bank.
Kevin back? Yeah.
Again, this is map 3. Empire took map 1, and Lunatik took map 2. It was Border and then House, and now we're finishing with Bank. This is, for those of you just tuning in, the Go4 R6 Cup number 6 finals.
Games.
Empire versus Lunatic.
Game sense.
Alright,
Thought we were starting here.
Whenever you are.
Get the
This is like the
S key spammed here.
That's like the best video for it. Game sense.
And here we go.
I want the exact same thing, with less trolling and more seriosity.
Aye, Captain.
Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Let's push in. No droning. We just go in.
What do you
We'll
want
see if
me
we get
to
some
do?
lineup changes here. We do have
Play rough.
Valkyrie coming for cameras,
Yeah, do rough.
Lockers already.
Foxy, do Frost, yeah.
and they are going to play typical
strategy.
basement locker CCTV room.
Yep,
But
exactly.
they're mostly
Usually the
choice.
primary choice.
Doesn't matter, we'll fuck 'em up.
Sid just said, "Fuck the Go4, let's scream."
Now, in this situation, generally most teams will push the CCTV side. However, I did see in some recent games with Empire actually trying to push somewhat on the locker side. So it'll be interesting to see. Chances are some will push maybe garage or tunnels,
Server hat, one of you.
and some may just blow the hatch
Pushing the other
just above the servers,
I already got open area hatches.
or the CCTV rather,
Alright,
I already got mine
Foxy,
too.
then it's up to you.
reinforcing the important hatches.
Fuck
It's
me.
all up to you.
Never
Fox.
mind, I'll get it. Fox.
Got to get the elevator drop. Make sure they can't get in. Try and take the locker side easily. He's got to go get the. This is the other hatch here for the lockers A side of the bomb.
Oh my.
Grab your armor.
Everyone's got to make sure they get armor there. Now it's not common for Rook to roam, so chances are he's probably headed back to site. However, in this case, it looks like Kevin is going to roam.
Foxy, Foxy. Okay, now.
He might be going to just try and pick out any of them, trying to go up the back alley.
Running a bunch of
He does
shit.
hear some repelling. Knows they're probably back alley, at least one. Back alley is always a risky spawn for exactly that reason. There's a lot of peeks that happen on back alley.
Did I hit you?
Covering his tracks a little bit.
Did I hit you?
And back in the servers where they need to defend.
All the right so far.
Shout
I
out
want
to my boy
somebody
Walleye.
on.
Yeah, dude, shouts.
Okay, is there a hole in red?
Respect, homie.
No.
One
okay,
tunnel, one
make a
tunnel, one tunnel,
crawlable
one tunnel.
hole.
They know there's one in tunnel already.
Make a crawlable hole right there.
Already pushing in.
Alright, I'm waiting
Nick,
for this.
church, one tunnel.
I know. I heard you the first 7 times. Just wait for it.
Move.
Okay, and they're going to hold steady.
Make a crawlable
Which is what you
hole
want to do when they're pushing into the tunnel. You don't want to try and shoot them prematurely unless you can get them with a lucky hit.
and watch it, alright?
It's crouchable, actually.
One might be
Still 2 minutes left in the round.
Might be.
They need to identify where the other push is coming from, as it's almost always not 5-man tunnel.
Getting
And a hatch just gets blown.
back off the red. Be safe from the hatch, but watch the drop.
One's
They
tunnel.
blew that hatch. That's the important hatch there, which is in the open office cubicles.
There's now, Foxy.
Stairs are getting pushed. Sounds like they're going all in for the A bomb spots in CCTV.
I got your comment.
I'm down.
One down. Turk finishes off Raven.
Doc?
Unfortunately, there's no doc to go get him up. So he's gonna have to get in a situation where he's safe or bleed
what
out.
are you watching?
Thermites
watching
are
for me.
behind you.
I'm so blind.
You're watching garage.
See
over
Kevin just trying to hold,
Drone came from back.
just in case they drop.
Blackbeard is coming back, surface stairs, Foxy. And
The big risk here being
there's
they
two
drop
in
in
surface stairs.
and start flanking. Fox takes out one.
Blackbeard as well.
It is now 5-3.
Where Gibbles?
As long as they hold tight, defense should be good with 50 seconds left. They're gonna have to push fast. Their thermite is down, so they can't blow anywhere else if they did even have a thermite charge left.
Back off,
40
Foxy,
seconds.
back off.
Just holding tight at
Wait
this
for them
point.
to push in and then we'll double bang them.
They wanna make sure that when they push in,
One more is
they're
coming
all
up,
ready to be
surface stairs,
flanked.
I think. Yep.
They do have a Blackbeard, so they have to be a little bit careful of that.
Surface stairs.
Fox takes out Gun Havoc, who is Blackbeard. Now it's a little bit easier as there can't be any other shields.
I'm watching.
20 seconds
We're
left.
good, boys. 15 seconds.
Push is going to have to come in now. It's going to get a little hectic with the last 2 guys left.
First round.
As long as they hold tight. Flanks. One dropped into A. Turk takes him out. Watching the other drop.
Surface stairs one.
And Fox takes out the other.
Oh, guys.
Good shit, shotgun boys.
Me and Turk shot the players good friend.
And that was a good first round for Lunatik. I believe they may have had all 5 up that round.
Let's go. 4 more.
But
They're
your
gonna-
Fluffy's regretting the decision to drop you, Foxy.
Yeah, I regretted it ever since I left and made this
Alright,
stuff.
I need shut up. Don't get cocky. I want everyone droning at the
Alright.
start. Just
Fluffy
know
and Gun
and
Havoc
make
are
sure.
gonna. Fluffy and Gun Havoc are gonna roam. One's gonna be in like the.
Again, good that they're paying attention to what the typical strategy is.
Spawn peeks back
It's the
in
downside of
from,
playing the same
side
map
window.
over and over publicly.
And sometimes and sometimes Gun Havoc is there.
So they have an idea what the strategy will
I
be.
don't know. Yeah, I
They
think
have a
so.
bunch of different roaming strats.
But then
Okay.
Gun Havoc
Just know that
falls
there's 2
back.
roamers.
Yeah, I
Gun
just want to
Havoc-
know what they regularly do.
Gun
so I
Havoc
can get
always
down.
plays in archives.
Okay.
Or
Alright,
Fluffy.
flush them out. We're just gonna flush
Alright.
them all out.
So they're knowing where they're typically going to sit. They're going to see if they can confirm it as best they can with the drones.
Dude,
And then prepare to flush them out.
I'm
Use
gonna
your
stick a drone.
drones. Don't get fucking shotguns.
So they do see one down there, reinforcing.
Know where your enemy is.
boy, I'm about to
They know they're
flush
down
this
basement.
ass.
Yeah, we will
Playing the
flush
same
them by
spots as them.
wallbanging them, nothing else. We will not be pushing into them. Valkyrie does not have a shotgun. He is using the SMG.
So hear him calling out not to be overly aggressive.
Not Bandit. Jaeger was left out.
There's
Pretty
a-
up on me.
There's a cam in open area. I'm gonna get it. Alright, I'm droning open area right now.
They did
There's
manage
one in
to
the kitchen.
live through spawning back alley.
It's getting out of the
Risky,
kitchen
but
right now.
Is there anybody
Open
open
area
area?
is clear.
Oh,
Open
whoa.
area is clear.
A lot of times Fluffy will come out peek that open area door
Kitchen are clear.
or window.
I don't know if there's someone far. I need
Jewelry windows are open.
Someone's up top.
Gibbles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Drone up top.
Definitely
I was just looking for anyone they can find.
Gibbles, drone up top.
In an early round like this, you want to see if you can pick off 1 or 2. If you can, isolate them, take out the roamers, clear the top floor. They do see one top floor.
See ya.
Now they're going to have to put pressure on from multiple sides and try and take that roamer out.
Get him out of there.
Last thing you want to do is leave a roamer running around behind you.
Yeah, my drone's dead now.
So I'm just double checking that. I see it in CEO office.
I don't think he's in there anymore.
I'm going.
Trying to take advantage of the situation.
Watch out.
Acting on it as quick as he can. Does barely miss the head. Knows he's there.
There's
Gave
a
away his
cat.
position a little bit.
Okay. Alright. I'm getting a match now.
Engaging.
Roamer's out of the game.
Takes, Kevin takes out Gun Havoc.
Yes, Doc was up there. Doc's up here.
And that is one roamer down.
Alright, get him out. Foxy, help.
In a situation like this, there's generally only going to be 2 roamers at most, as you usually want at least 3 on site down in the basement.
But I can't.
So at this point, they're just going to see if they can flush out any other roamers before they do a full push down. They still have 1:30 left.
He's inside with us right now.
So it's a good start.
Flush him out.
They know one's in tellers. Now they're going to try and act on it. Use all their manpower at once. And this is what you really want to do as a coordinated attack force.
Got Doc.
Good job.
Gibbles takes him out. Fluffy's down.
I'm on the hatch. I'm on the hatch.
Now that Fluffy's dead, he's going to be watching cameras trying to shot call.
Sure. Take the bomb.
And they know there's just going to be 3 on site at this point. They're going to open this very important hatch here.
Holding it close. Close left. Don't roll.
They know he's there. Now that they've got this open, put a lot more pressure on the team. They're going to have to be careful of bear traps at this point. Should see Chapstick down there, going to try and bang him through the wall. Fortunately, they acted a little late. He didn't see the drone, but he didn't manage to hit it. He knows he's being fired at.
Kevin, he pushed
And Fox gets taken
No,
down.
that wasn't smoke, dude. That was red.
No, he pushed through the smoke. He's in there.
I'm gonna push back there.
See some confusion calling out where the position's at. They are down now to 3v3. Not an ideal situation. And unfortunately, he drops and gets found out by Jaeger that he didn't realize was in the room.
To do is watch the door.
And Raven takes out another.
Damn.
5 seconds left. It's not looking good.
One red.
Good try.
Does get flanked. And that's round 2.
We didn't push.
Yeah.
Nobody pushed a shotgun guy for some reason. I dropped down and
They did great on the clearing out the roamers.
wasn't covering my back.
Once it came down to pushing site, they did fall apart a little.
I said I was
There's like a
dropping.
massive fucking opportunity. Don't do that.
I said I'm smoking and I'm coming now.
Play Jaeger and play downstairs.
I'm doing a little bit of corrections.
You're gonna watch Kate from the start.
They are going to take tellers and archives,
The round.
Yeah.
which is the next common site, which is right above the site they were just at.
We're not losing 5v3s again, alright?
Protect the bomb.
Alright.
Everybody
Let's see if they're able to adjust properly here. Now, this is a site that's a little bit harder to defend, as you are exposed to the ceiling for the CEO office, as well as a lot of stairs, skylights, things like that. Being able to come into the lobby. Definitely not as secure as the basement. Now, this is one where they can potentially play a lot more roamers, as staying on site is kind of a problem. It does look like someone got stuck in the wall.
Alright.
Hopefully he's able to get unstuck.
That was weird.
Was able to,
Super
good.
lag.
Just a lag issue. Fortunately, all had high ping, and I'm not sure if that's working to their detriment, with 3 of them having over 100 ping.
Yeah, we're in a match. We're in the finals.
Keep an eye out for hostiles attempting to defuse your bomb.
Does go for the peek again, trying to counter peek anyone that might be up there because it's the safest peek you can do.
Yeah.
I want.
Doesn't see anyone going up, decides to back off. Takes a little bit of damage sometimes to jump down there, so be careful.
Yeah, you got it.
I want to seal that backside.
They're upstairs and shit.
Yeah, one one's rappelling upstairs.
Playing a little bit spread out here. It sounds like they managed to get into the building.
I don't hear anything around first floor.
No, unfortunately they're not.
Probably
They don't know where most of the guys are at.
one in Skylight.
They know at least one spawn back
At
alley.
least that's Thermite and Skylight. Judging by the gun. Just wait, Foxy. Just wait.
You can hear as the players get more experience, they start to be able to recognize gun sounds and identify which operators are coming. It's important when it comes to tracking the enemy team to identify operators so that you know when someone else is in a situation where you thought there was only one person. See them holding tight, just trying to get a situation where they can start to pick apart the attack.
Elevators and shit.
You see Fox downstairs playing a little bit aggressive, trying to sniff him out.
They're blowing up.
As the push is starting to come in,
Alright.
they are taking out the CEO office, trying to take control of the upstairs. We're just going to allow them to start blowing open the floor and taking serious damage into archives.
Get shot from above.
No.
There's one in
Fortunately,
mid-lobby.
Kevin's sitting in a situation where if they start blowing the ceiling, he'd be on his drunk.
Backing up.
Be careful, dude. There's no one kitchen or open area, but be careful. You might get shot
They are
from
waiting.
skylight or something.
They know there's a sledge and a thermite, so the sledge is likely to be able to open up a bunch of holes in the floor in the CEO office.
Fuck.
You hear an ash charge go off. Turk takes down Fluffy. The CEO is starting to open up.
I'm gonna get
Thermite's starting to open up some walls to try and get access into the room.
We need you on the flank.
A.
Calling for the roamers to be able to come and do some damage. Raven does take out one of the roamers, though, Gibbles, leaving them a little bit downsized. Kevin takes a little hit.
Good job.
Fox takes out two,
The bomb.
showing the power of the roam there. We've got Havoc and Raven. Chapstick manages to trade Fox, though.
Peeking you, Turk.
It's now a 3v2.
Okay, they're both there. They're both on where I died. They're both where I died.
Kevin rotates to try and guard the other bomb site. Fortunately, two of the guys get downed. Both Mental and Turk get downed, leaving it to Kevin to clutch. Now it's just Ash Thermite. Does whiff the shot on Ash, unfortunately.
All friendlies
What was that? 4v2? 4v2?
Unfortunately, it doesn't work out as the two-man push comes in. Manages to take him out. And it sounds like they're starting to lose a little bit of momentum here that they had from the previous map. Starting to get a little frustrated.
I told you, dude. Chopstick's gonna turn them on. I report this game every
It's
time
like, I
play
feel
with
like
them.
it's, if someone makes a big play and gets the man advantage and someone's like, oh dude, I gotta do the exact same thing, and then fucking runs out and plays like an idiot and dies.
Yeah.
Good for them to pay attention to
Okay?
when they're kind of goofing off a little too much.
Seriously, it's a fucking problem. Like, you guys see Foxy getting kills and you push.
Now it's likely that they're going to be playing in this same spot. Tellers, Archives again, which they called out.
Kevin and Gibbles and Foxy. Gibbles, you're on drone duty.
Alrighty.
And then I want some of you to blow up upstairs and just start watching. Alright?
Setting up positions to be able to try and take that top floor.
Push down.
And they're going to clear out CEO office, try and take control of it.
10 seconds.
Valkyrie is in the kitchen.
And it'll give them a lot of advantage being able to clear out the Archives room
5 seconds to go.
and push into Tellers.
There is now secured. You must locate and defuse a bomb.
A little bit risky
Take upstairs.
droning back there like that.
Let's go.
This is a situation where you can't get shot by an aggressive player.
Back alley? Okay.
See if identified they do have a Valkyrie and a Jaeger.
Lower skylight. Checking that room turret.
So now they're just droning carefully, trying to make sure they can clear it out as fast as possible. With such little time, they need to clear it, secure it,
Checking closet.
and make sure that they can't reinforce.
Closet's
There's one on
clear.
the
Rotate
stairs,
up.
One on the
Closet's
stairs.
clear.
There's a lot of stairs. 3 sets of stairs they have to worry
Yeah,
about.
It's clear, it's clear.
Control once they take control of the top
I
floor.
didn't check CEO.
Calling out that they
There's
didn't
one
check
in basement.
CEO.
There's one in basement.
Important.
100%.
Tried C4ing
And there's
us.
one in kitchen. There's one in kitchen.
It's now Sledge being in
Alright,
CEO
top
office.
Clear.
Potentially just start opening up the floor once they're ready. And there he goes. Trying to put some pressure on Archives. He's got to do it a little bit carefully to make sure he gets both sides. Tries to set up an angle that he can see through into the Tellers. Seeing if he managed to attract any attention. Trying to check the other side. What is a common corner to hide in. Fortunately, Gun Havoc goes ham, kills Turk and Fox. They weren't paying attention to their flank.
Which stairs? Spiral or
That
back
stairs.
stairs?
Yeah, that stairs. Where we died.
Main stairs.
Tries to do a little back push so he can try to get the diffuser if he needs to.
Lone office. Lone office. Lone office.
Lone office right there. Yeah. Almost takes damage. Misses the shot. Goes for the chase. Leaves himself exposed from behind.
Nice.
Trades it,
Okay,
but was it a
Raven
good trade?
behind-
Raven's left,
Where,
behind Tellers.
where he died.
Kevin
Tellers.
Kevin took out
Below
2.
you, below you.
It is now a 2v3.
He's in the elevator area.
I'm gonna have to play their advantage. Blackbeard is still a little exposed through that railing.
Man, Tellers there?
Yeah, he ran behind. I lit him in the back.
Just push that door, Mental. Push that door that you're staring at right now. Watch for cams behind you.
Mental revealing a little bit of his location by vaulting over there.
You're good.
I'm watching
So
your
trying to cover his
upstairs,
flank.
Gibbles.
Unfortunately, they lost their control of the upstairs, so they don't have enough manpower to be able to push both. But they did manage to take out the roamers. To an extent, now they're going to put pressure. You see Kevin trying to help provide a little bit extra
35
coverage.
seconds.
Scan just in case he picks anyone up.
Oh, yeah, you saw him.
You see a head, mental.
In our
Top
guys, you
here.
see him, yeah, there you go.
A little bit of help. Dead players trying to call it out. Watching each other's screens.
One person's behind the desk.
Right, 23 seconds. They're going to have to make this push.
You have located a bomb.
Alright,
Kevin just trying to make sure no one comes around from the top.
he's lit.
Planting right now.
need you to cover.
Shoot.
Gibbles is going to have to cover mental.
Just cover the doorway. Stop spraying your load. Just stop spraying your...
Fortunately, it sounds like they're falling apart a little bit. Gibbles goes down. The bomb diffuser does go down. Mental's got to guard himself. He does have Blackbeard, so he can manage to guard it. Blackbeard is not the ideal person to plant for that reason, though.
Cover him. That doesn't mean cover fire.
Blackbeard should be the one doing the coverage next time.
Shoot like 2 or 3 bullets so that they didn't hit.
And unfortunately, that 3v2 fell apart.
Okay.
The diffuser has been
Alright, we
destroyed.
got this.
Mission failed.
Yeah, just
Looks
bring
like
it
this
back.
might be a tight
Basement
match here.
defense now, it's easy as fuck.
We get an objective.
3-1.
And then basement attack. Easy as fuck as well, as long as we don't lose another fucking
They've lost a little bit of momentum here.
3v5. Let's go, boys.
Yeah, hear a little bit of frustration in there. Get a little tired after playing all day, especially on your third map of
Anybody gets
finals.
the first kill, you play like the most careful motherfucker on the planet. I don't care how you feel.
I definitely have to concur with that. Once you start getting
Even if you
picks,
can get a
you really have to hold on to that advantage and not get careless. It's very easy to say, oh, I have a 4v3 or a 5v3 situation and
They know
just
how to trade.
get a little sloppy. And then it starts falling apart and you lose all your momentum. So you get to defend the basement again and take advantage of that. Getting all the drops. And we'll see if we have Kevin going out to peek the back alley again after he gets the reinforcements placed.
Fox, you get server hatch?
Did hear a drone there.
Down to 10 seconds.
So the thing you have to remember about droning, of course, is that while you can hide your visibility, turn your drone around, things like that, the sound itself is actually what gives away your drone most of the time,
Locations are secure.
whether or not it's seen.
Hey,
Now, it was a little too late for him to go for that back alley peek. So he's moving back downstairs, putting a little barbed wire, trying to slow down and push from that side, and closing up the garage. Now, we haven't seen much of a push from garage yet, as they've tended to come tunnels and then blow down through open office area hatch. I threw a little extra barbed wire just in case they push through garage. A lot of the defense comes down to holding this, was referred to as red hallway, which is the secure hallway to the vault.
Like, if you-
Somebody got hurt.
Important to have those holes, as you can see when they drop in. It's a dangerous room to drop into, but a very advantageous one to shoot through. Advantageous, rather.
Going up upstairs. They do the same thing every time.
Trying to make sure he's not going to miss them if they drop in.
No counter.
I'm watching cams.
Luckily, they have some extra cams this time to help out.
Open area.
No one
I do see Sledge.
Open area. He's at
It's a little hammer sticking out.
hallway. Open area hallway.
Fortunately, those
Pop them.
beepers kind of give them away a little bit. Not much you can do to get past those, other than come into a completely different route.
There was a drone. He backed off now.
Doesn't look like anyone's
there.
coming garage just yet.
Where's stairs
Got the
one?
camera.
Alright, now they really just want to see which side the push is coming from, so they can allocate the resources accordingly.
There's one garage.
So now that they see there's one garage, they know they're going to have someone watching that.
Garage. I think it's Blackbeard.
Fortunately,
Yeah,
They got the
Blackbeard push from there can be pretty good, but he does leave
It's
himself a
IQ,
little
IQ,
exposed.
IQ, garage.
And he had to switch off the camera quick to make sure it wasn't seen easily. Unfortunately, Blackbeard did spot it and take it out.
What did
I'll
they
cover
open?
server alone. Everybody focus on B, alright? Everyone focus on B.
Where's that coming from?
They got vault hatch as well.
And it does look clearly like they're going to try and push lockers. They're starting to open up the drop downs, pushing in from the garage and putting pressure to kind of cut off rotates through that garage door.
Careful, hatches are open, fuck.
Sounds like Lunatik has picked up on that and is trying to divert all their attention.
Side B if you have to.
And we'll see if there's any chance that they instead actually switch up and push from the CCTV side, which would be an interesting play. You see a drone come in there.
One garage.
Just trying to
IQ,
look where they're at.
Careful, Foxy.
The door is exposed there. See Blackbeard trying to get a shot.
Someone dropped.
Kevin's a little pinned in here, but he can rotate around through that vault.
One drop, no elevator.
They're just trying to hold their position, trying to pick off anyone they can coming in.
Fucking sledge.
20 seconds left. The push is going to have to happen really soon. You're probably going to see people drop down. Gun Havoc takes out Foxy. Mental manages to get Fluffy. And we're now with a 4v4. Kevin takes out one. Mental takes out another. And it's starting to look good for the defenders. Manages to take out another one. And locks it down.
Nice. Good shit, good.
A good comeback around there. And that's a solid defense. And a good adjustment to a different push. And that's why you want to know which side they're pushing from. To be able to switch those.
We won.
Don't just let them have
We got
range.
Relax.
Yeah, I know, but we gotta fix
I
this.
got you.
Trying to call out small tweaks to make.
So
I didn't know
this
you were
time,
pushing.
this time, okay.
It's definitely important to be able to hear how professional teams actually do this sort of thing to make sure that they don't just fall apart.
Flash and nade the guy in fucking server, okay?
Okay,
Then you push.
I got you.
So here's some adjustments to the server pushes.
Just wait for it. And fuck,
You saw last time they fell apart a little bit when it came to push the server.
like when there's 1 minute left, run to garage. Go outside.
So they actually want to adjust and have a little bit of pressure from garage as well. As you saw, that's what Empire tried to do. Fortunately, their garage push was not as successful as they were ready for it, thanks to the Black Eyes.
Rumors first with us. Everyone is clearing out rumors.
I'm trying to clear top floor.
Second floor.
I'm calling out they want to clear out those roamers because they want to be able to coordinate all of their attack on one spot and not have to worry about watching their
Game's
backs.
down.
Again, the disadvantage of that downward sight is you do want to have most of your players there, not a lot of roamers.
10 seconds to insertion.
And you do hear someone moving around somewhere on the first floor.
It's getting elevator.
The value of sound of drones is not just about sight. When using the drones as well, you want to be able to take advantage of whatever sounds you can hear from them,
Open area.
so you can conspicuously identify where people are at. And that's where map knowledge really pays off.
Towards metal detectors. I'm gonna go
See him watching for peaks, the same kinds of peaks he does, right?
Going kitchen.
Right now.
Alright, I'll go in for it. Yeah.
The push starts to go in on the top floor. Fox takes down one. That's Gun Havoc. That's a good start.
Door. One more.
Gun Havoc does tend to go down first when running around his Valkyrie for that reason. See Kevin push into the stock room, try and help pitch this upper floor, and open up this. Fortunately, that sledgehammer is a little bit hard to hit sometimes. Just funky stuff like that when you're trying to back off quick because you want to leave yourself exposed.
Droning out tellers.
Wants to see if anyone decided to come to that sound.
Yeah, he went down.
Whenever you make a lot of noise, you want to try and make sure no one's coming to respond to it.
Getting the hatch. Are we sure?
And in that sense, you can kind of bait people out.
Right now.
See Kevin trying to help secure this top floor. See the people try and push around to clear out the roamers.
Cover my server stairs. Are we sure archives is clear?
I droned out archives just now.
Using communication to make sure. See if they can secure this as fast as possible. With this short time limit, they really have to secure the top floor fast. As it's going to take quite a bit of work to push down. As you saw last time, Empire only had 20 seconds to make that push and fell apart very quickly.
I am Kevin.
Are you? Where the fuck?
Yeah, I'm right
Now the question is, who set off that metal detector? Was it one of them?
I'm watching.
I'm gonna drone it
Sledge is open here to give himself extra access in and out, as well as a better angle down to that trapdoor.
behind the server.
There are a lot of situations where trapdoors are up against walls and other objects that you can sledge out to give yourself better access. And they were spotted on the camera. It was blue, meaning they spotted it. They were watching it. So they do know they've been identified.
Want me to push down?
Not the blowing the hatch wouldn't give them away.
No. I can't drone.
Now everyone's
I'm
moved
droning,
out of that
I'm
room.
Thank you.
They're checking server.
one
There's
server.
one typically hiding back there. It's a pretty common spot to hide.
Live.
Tried to
Live.
nade it. It's Fluffy back there.
Live.
Fortunately, the
He's
nade
blind,
was taken out by
blind,
Jaeger.
blind. He's blind.
They know he's blind. They can tell from the way he's
Live,
moving.
door.
It was a good call on their part, knowing he was flashbanged. Drone's managing to stay alive and also providing a really good distraction. You see the benefit of droning someone just for distraction purposes. Turk took out one, Chapstick took out one, and Fox gets another one, making this a 4v1. This is looking like a good round at this point. Fox finishes it off.
Oh, I got trapped.
Lands on the trapdoor at the last possible second. Just barely avoids it.
We see one guy, we flash him, we drop two on him.
Nice.
Not just one.
Good shit,
Yeah.
good shit.
Get a little bit more confidence coming back in their voice. As they actually played a very tight game that time.
Everybody just needs to fucking like
And it's 3v3 on the third map of the finals.
last round was good. Good job.
So everything's as tied up as it can be at this point. Playing Teller Office Archives again, as they can't play the basement.
Stairs this time.
Can you get a camera?
According to ESL rules, once you win a site, you have to switch sites. You can't play the same one 2 times in a row.
I'll run Nitro.
I want you guys to nitro upstairs, and I want you guys to shoot upstairs as well. Just fucking fight him.
Kevin, did you bring barbed wire?
Oh yes,
Or a
baby.
shield?
Right, you
Okay,
should have
good.
seen the kill I got on fucking Jaeger.
Some important adjustments with gadgets
do
there.
one in each doorway. Do one in each doorway for the lobby.
Getting all the prep work. Barbed wire is one of those things that's a little bit underrated sometimes when you know how to use it properly. It can be very critical to slowing down movement, to making noise, to making them actually need to hit it to get through, especially when you have things like shields that already move very slow. It also can even slow down drones.
Do you got a camera upstairs, sir?
I can.
As you see Kevin looking like he's probably going to go for that peek again. It hasn't really paid off so far. And he's been obviously worried about it himself, trying to make sure he doesn't get peeked by it. Now, unfortunately, hitting that wood out gives it out a little bit of a clue. In a situation where you probably should hit the wood out before the round, the prep phase ends, so he's not giving away with the sound.
Rappelling top floor.
They do hear the rappel. Rappelling is one of those sounds that's easy to identify, but difficult to pinpoint. See them doing pretty much the same stuff they did last time they were defending the spot. Opening up little holes they can see through there. Trying to use the cams to check the other floors. Important thing they need to know, as usual, is which way they're going to be pushed from.
That's all I want to know.
Especially to see if they all push from a single direction or multiple directions.
Yeah, they're just droning, dude.
One
CO, one CO.
With it being 3-3, they're definitely trying to play a little bit tighter. Droning everywhere. Oh, you see Blackbeard.
Above A, above A.
In a situation where if they're able to mark him at the last second, they could potentially shoot through the floor and hit him. So Gibbles could potentially shoot. And unfortunately, they waited just a little too long to be able to try and mark him and shoot through the ceiling. They tried to go for the C4. Didn't quite make it work. Mental did manage to get gun havoc, though, so it was worth it.
I hear someone. Foxy, I hear someone.
Now, they don't know where the other people are pushing from yet, but they do hear some sound. In a situation where they need to not get cocky. They had an easy kill right there. They need to keep it tight.
Right above the stairs.
Just make sure that they're not able to push in.
Main lobby thermite.
No one's pushed yet.
Alright, I still hear him around there.
Alright, I'm pinned down, Mental. Should I run?
Nope.
Get
Just
out
here we
here.
go.
Okay.
Where?
He's coming down right now.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Nice kill, nice
Hide.
kill. 4v3, take it slow.
Nobody on the
upstairs.
stairs.
Watch out, Mental. He's watching.
Stay on my cam.
He's flashing. Yeah, he's
still laying.
He's on third floor flashing down. He's down, second floor, thermite.
Now they're identifying thermite. Sledge is down, but they did lose smoke.
Flash you out. He's pushing there.
30 seconds left. 35 seconds ish.
Open area.
No, he's coming back to stairs.
Now that the push is starting to happen.
IQ.
They only have 3 people, though. Thermite's going to actually be able to get a little more access. If they could take out Thermite, that'll pinch them off a little bit. Mental manages to take out Chapstick. It's just IQ and Thermite left.
Looking now.
They know where she's at.
Nice.
They're going to go for a potential flank here. Kevin's going to go around, but Turk takes them both out first.
Oh my god.
All they've got to do is win more round.
I need to masturbate, bro.
One more round to lock it down. But if Empire gets another round, that's going to tie it back up, and they're going to have to get 2 more rounds after that. Once it's in overtime, they're going to have to get 2 rounds.
Let's hope to God they have a lot of roamers again.
From now on, whenever we play tellers, I'm just only gonna play pulse and tellers in case they try and run that shit on us.
Most teams are doing that. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Actually,
Like
most
I
teams.
know some teams just prefer a ground attack. They take like 1 spot upstairs to shut down like 1 doorway. But if they try pulling that, I'm gonna run pulse every time
Alright,
just
focus.
because we don't have any way of planning.
Everyone,
Oh my
focus.
god,
Alright.
Mental. You talk too much, bro.
I'm also
All right, now they're just getting ready at this point.
Be good.
They're hoping this is the last round. They're really confident, but this tends to be when make or break.
Needs to be.
Got to keep up the momentum.
Jaw is shaking.
Same attack as last time. Everybody be patient. Everybody drone. Everybody look upstairs. Archives. Open area. Kitchen.
Basement.
Hey, Mental, can you watch for pickers?
Yep.
Thank you.
You can hear them get a little bit looser on the mic, which means they're starting to get a little bit confident because they managed to take that last round so well. Which is a situation that could work in their favor against it. Confidence is important,
Yeah, now he's running.
but overconfidence can get you killed pretty easily in this game.
Smoke's peeking back alley. Smoke's doing his back
So just
alley.
gonna have to play smart on intel.
Peek him. Let me peek him.
Yeah, he's back alley peek, he's small
He's in
window.
the
They know Fluffy's gonna do his back alley peek that he likes to do.
Okay.
He's done it quite a bit on
You
stream,
go, Foxy.
Just make sure.
so you have to be careful. See if they're ready for him.
Speaking it.
Unfortunately, Fluffy managed to pull it off. You really gotta be careful with those peaks like that, counter peaks. Unfortunately, now they're already down a player.
It's fine. Just
We'll see if this throws off that momentum they thought they had.
Yeah, it's alright.
I want everyone to drone.
Generally, Fluffy will do that peek out the back alley window and then run away from there and move back to site.
Upstairs in the
So chances are he's nowhere near it at this point.
computer room.
Valkyrie's inside. Valkyrie's inside.
Now you're gonna have to start clearing out that top floor so they can push down.
This kitchen. Okay.
Checking the stock room first. This is a good entry point. They do see that there is someone in there. Didn't reveal his drone, which is good. We'll see if that drop is heard. Tries to pre-fire it. Does manage to hit him.
It's alright, it's alright.
Unfortunately, they just lost 2 more. Kevin managed to get 1, but that brings it down to a 2v4, leaving them in a bad situation. And much like I said, they had a little bit too much confidence in their tone.
I wanted a lot slow. Actually, you know what? We're gonna push cave next time, dude. We're just gonna push cave.
It's a situation where they're probably just gonna have to switch it up.
They're gonna have defense, and we're gonna push cave hard.
They're gonna shot you though. But watch
Doesn't
out.
matter.
In a situation where they're really not sure what to do with their last 2 guys alive.
Archives is clear.
I'm gonna
They need to
push
make
the
sure that they
cave.
can
Oh my god,
Oh.
I'm stupid!
cook it a little too long. And you see them losing all this momentum.
Alright, just,
It was a good throw on Kevin's part
you're allowed to just go
in more
down.
ways than one.
It's fine.
Just do
call
your
it
thing.
right
Just
now.
do your thing.
Leaving Gibbles to just
Clutch it.
try and have some fun. Clutch it here. YOLO. See if any of the dead guys can find something that can help him.
What?
Not a guy.
Never mind.
Already getting a little jumpy.
Fucking LSD.
See if Gibbles can play it tight.
There's one kitchen.
Now they know where the diffuser's at. And they're going to be guarding it.
In no time.
At this point, I think Gibbles is just going to go and try and kill them. Trying to bait them out with the C4 hit, knowing they're going to try and shoot him.
Jesus Christ.
One kitchen.
He's going to try and get the diffuser.
We keep saying one kitchen, but there's no one kitchen test.
I don't know, I'm tripping, bro.
Alright. Left. No. Left. Hard left.
They managed to take out one. Unfortunately, Gun Havoc was there to trade it pretty quickly.
Is that in?
At least that round's over. Gun Havoc was ready for that.
Look at that fucking shot. Fucking OP.
Alright. For attack, I want.
Now it's back to 4-4, meaning they're going to have to win 2 rounds in a row to take it.
Alright, I want
You guys are fun to watch.
Cave with me.
I got you.
Okay, 3 of us push cave. Foxy and Kevin. You guys push fucking garage, alright?
Alright, we'll see if they're able to get back that momentum and try and take 2 rounds here. Already at round 9, basically.
Or if you want, we can go back to the same thing. I feel like it worked out for us more often. Yeah, never mind.
See what they just do here.
Going back to the same thing.
Going back to basics.
Don't spawn back alley, it's too predictable. Just fucking repel into CEO or some shit. and start
Kirk, you're still
clearing
back
from
alley.
there, alright? I know. I'm gonna spawn back alley alone. And just not gonna shoot out the cam and just wait for you guys.
And after they're
to
going to
get
go back to
it.
playing very slow and methodical.
Alright?
Yep.
Trying to make sure they have the right cam set up here.
I want you guys to just clear with drones top to bottom.
I'm gonna go garage.
It's a good drone spot.
That's fine. But
Try and see anyone trying to come out. There are a few hiding spots in garage.
You're not going garage immediately.
Drop the.
Always good to make sure that someone has a diffuser that should, not the aggressive player.
I'm gonna start droning from back alley. Take your time, boys. Take your time. As long
CEO
as
is
we have a
clear.
minute.
CEO is clear.
Oh, this kid just followed me.
What? Oh,
This,
you're good.
Alright.
my drone.
Closet is clear. Upstairs.
A little bit risky going up these windows like this, but
The office is clear.
planning to try and take this office by storm.
They're not roaming. At least not on second floor.
It's good for them to know. They cleared out the second floor already. However, that's old intel already at this point, and they've got to make sure that those stairs don't change that.
Definitely down below.
I'm gonna drone you in, Kevin.
Droning stairs.
The diffuser is no longer in possession.
Chapstick's cheating.
Yes. No one on the bottom of
The camera was watching them when they did that. So there's a chance they know that there's someone there. Luckily, there's a drone to at least spot them if they're trying to come up. Hopefully, it doesn't take out the Twitch drone there. Opening up some walls, taking advantage of that.
There might round table or behind the bar here.
Trying to clear out as much of this floor as they can.
We're droning right now, Foxy. Shut up.
I'm just watching Skylight.
And getting a little bit of that confidence back.
Somebody might be kitchen maybe or open area. Just check
One might be tellers.
It was pretty predictable, and they did predict it
Kevin, where?
Archives, archives.
when they were ready for him there. He didn't clear out archives well enough.
Right here. Live mark. Go get him.
Unfortunately, that railing there backfired on them.
1 minute.
I downed him, downed him, downed him.
They managed to take them out.
One more.
It was burned up a lot of their time. I don't think they saw that. I think there was a black guy up on the wall there as well.
Smoke. Got him.
Now Dirk
Yeah.
takes out
Camera,
another.
open office.
So they are at
1 minute,
4-3,
1 minute.
which is good, but they're down quite a bit of health on most of the players. They see the one in the garage there.
The
Oh,
round table.
fuck me. He played really
Where?
close.
On me, on me.
So unfortunately,
You guys need to
Dead
drone.
bar.
You
Turk,
can't
can you
looks
get
like Raven took out mental.
desk, please?
front.
I'm gonna drop down and flank him.
What's
Someone get
front?
bomb. Right here.
I see some speech therapists about not saying unfortunately every 2
Someone has
seconds.
to get bomb.
I will.
Frost
I
is
will
on
go.
silver stairs.
Looks like they're getting ready to blow open as many of the hatches as they can. They've got 35 seconds left for the push.
Make a lot of noise and flashes.
Trying to distract everything as much as possible. The drone was spotted. They know that they have that hatch ready to be used.
Alright, we're gonna drop.
Droning down hatch generally means you're going to use it, in which case there will be someone down there ready to answer. The question is, will they be able to see them first? Jumps down, the flash, and is traded. Just like I said, droning down. Oh, and then he was bear trapped at the end.
Like you're sorry.
Alright, chill.
So now Empire has one round up. All they have to do is win another round.
Roll Gucci.
There was 10 seconds. I didn't check. Fuck.
Alright, this hold is clear. We'll talk about the attack when we need to.
Alright, let's see if they can pull it back together. If not, and Empire wins this round, then that's 2 maps for them and they win today. Although both these teams already being in the Pro League doesn't make a huge amount of difference, but it's good to see who's still on top.
Protect the bomb.
Running their pretty standard defense. I like the smoke mask. Nice, expensive one. You see Kevin reinforcing the same hatches
they
as
might
usual,
crush, so be careful.
taking care of the
Yeah, that might be the
locker side hatches. And he'll probably go for that same peak again.
Just watch it from behind the A-bomb. Smoke.
He does have to be careful in that
Okay, I got you. I got you.
anyone watching this stream will know about that peak, just like they know about Fluffy's peak,
Get that fucking
and will be able to counter it.
on,
Hopefully this time he'll break the wood faster, if he does go to do that.
Do you want me laying down or do you want me standing up?
Looks like he's pretty short on time and is just going to back off back to site.
Bomb located by Op 4.
See if he pulls barbed wire out like the last time. I think he forgot to wire. Nope. Maybe drop it here. You know, the panic, he forgot about the extra 2 wire he has. He's going to use some of it here. And there. So, that's good. See, no, so opening up some holes because last time they didn't have any holes ready for a push onto lockers.
Call if you hear anything, Foxy.
Now they're a little more ready for it, as it worked out quite well once they managed to switch defense.
garage yet.
Watching cams.
Trying to figure out which side it's going to be.
On square stairs.
Fortunately, there's no tunnels that'll give them any kind of idea if they're in
1K
the
down.
actual tunnels. Sorry, did I see tunnels? Cameras. Let's see if we can get a peek at where they might be coming in at.
Yeah, they're probably.
And they're going for the lockers again. So it was a good call to make some of those holes.
They drop.
They're going for
They
a
all
quick
drop, they all
5-band
drop.
push.
They drop.
This should be interesting. Nitro and Chapstick both take one with them.
Hit one.
Fox manages to get Nitro.
Two.
The roamers are going to have to come quickly back to site here, as it's just 2 left on site. Fox and Mental. See if you can hold them off. Tries to go for a nitro through the wall. At least opens up the wall, allows him to shoot in a little bit more. They're playing a little more cautious now.
You down on
They're
this
in
on
the
right side
back
of the
of
wall.
wall. They're in the back of wall.
Did identify he did down someone. That C4. See if he can finish it off with smoke. Doesn't look like the smoke manages to finish him off. Turk manages to get 2 from above without having to rotate back to site. They do see Sledge there. He's in the elevator.
One elevator.
He's trapped now in that elevator,
He's inside. Sledge.
leaving him not a lot of places to go.
And one vault.
And they know the other one's vault, so they can rotate around, push him. He's down. Sledge is left. They know he's there,
Nice.
and they take him down,
Good
bringing it back
shit.
to 5-5 with another tie. Looks like this is going to be a long one.
Last round.
Going to be pretty intense. This is the last round.
We know what to do.
Whoever wins this round takes it.
Watch your angles clear
They're not,
completely.
they're not going to be basement either, so we got.
Generally, this is a defender-heavy game, so we'll see if they're able to pull it off on attack, or if Empire can take it on defense.
Foxy,
Vic's the only one to fuck you.
Foxy, if he tries to spawn peek again, don't.
Yeah, no, I'm not
don't
gonna
peek
do
him.
that.
Don't
You
peek
do it,
him.
Mental.
I got black.
None of that.
Thankfully, they're reserving a little bit.
I got black.
Not going to try and counter peek or anything silly.
This time, fucking make sure that we're not getting flanked from the stairs. I want all of the upstairs.
They're gonna be
blocked.
tellers. They're gonna be tellers.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold both. Once we get upstairs, have 2 people holding.
Luckily,
both
once you get to know a team and
And
how
then
typical
make
meta goes,
come from lobby, okay?
you kind of know how people are going to play and where they're going to be at.
I want Blackbird on that.
The question is,
that you were at.
is Empire going to adapt to that knowledge?
Still gonna be there.
Try and play it a little bit
Somebody's
different.
gonna be watching our upstairs, so nobody's flanking us from upstairs. Kevin, you have that job, or Gibbles, you have that job.
Which one?
Watch
flanking upstairs?
Yeah. Just be upstairs and make sure we don't get jumped on from upstairs.
Okay, I'll try my best. I'll do it.
Alright.
I'll do it.
No, just all you gotta do is cover like backstairs and both the stairs basically.
Valkyries,
spiral?
Valkyries
Just
in
back
an
stairs
open
and
area.
skylight stairs.
Smoke's doing the
Skylight
back
and
speed.
back,
Mental.
Okay,
Smoke's
gotcha.
doing the peak. Smoke's doing the peak. Mental.
So they know that Fluffy's peeking the back alley again. They're going to not counter peek it, which is good.
Go up.
Foxy, don't.
Risks of this back alley spawn.
He's hurt.
See if Fox actually get cocky there.
Don't. Let me do it.
They know they did hurt him, which is good.
I don't want smoke, I want
See if they're able to do
upstairs.
anything. So they're being good and disciplined and not switching to focus on smoke. They do see smoke coming upstairs though, which is where they wanted us upstairs. He didn't rotate back to site, which is surprising.
Good, that's where we
He's
wanted
going
to
to try and
be.
stay roam. Now they should be able to pinch him out at top floor. We'll see.
Nobody in closet.
Trying to peek carefully. Take out the cameras. And I trap him in this hallway.
Ping? Where? Ping?
Right there. She's
We're
watching.
playing in, Kevin.
Fortunately, they were spotted pretty easily. Oh, and the C4 tries to get them. It's a pretty good throw, but did miss.
I told men. She's down, right in front of me. Right in front of me in kitchen.
They are looking for smoke, trying to find him.
I'm behind the wall.
And whoever might have thrown the C4. Turk takes one, and Fluffy takes Gibbles.
CEO.
CEO.
That guy needs to die. That guy needs to die. Go push him, CEO.
They're going to try their best to clear out this roamer, take the advantage.
Nice.
They do manage to down him. Kevin takes him down. Fluffy's gone. And that leaves them with 4-3. They're at advantage here as long as they don't blow it.
Going to my spot.
We'll see.
4v3, 1-3.
Carefully droning.
The
A
three of them
minute
are
30 left. They've got plenty of time to play with in terms of ESL time here.
All 3 on site.
Yep, Jaeger's
on
close.
site?
Jaeger's close.
Jaeger's at archives.
They're going to start opening up the floor. Putting pressure on. Hopefully they can put pressure for both sides. He saw that coming. Shot through the floor. Raven gets him.
Archives. Those from archives.
Okay.
Calming him down. Not taking it. It's still 3v2. They still have advantage. And they take another one. 3-1. All they've got to do is keep it calm. Take this last one, and then they win for the day. See if they can do it. Getting a little bit hectic. A minute left. They've got plenty of time to play with.
He tried to shoot at.
Plants going down. That's going to force him to come out. Chapstick takes down Mental. Goes to trade. Fails to trade it.
Behind the desk.
Chapstick takes down Turk, and it is just one left. Going to open up the floor. Trying to come around for a flank. Could be defusing the bomb already. He is defusing. They call it out. Nope. Not defusing. False call out. See if he can stay disciplined enough to not peek it. Fox being a little bit antsy right here. Wanting to take that kill. He is defusing. They hears it.
Oh, he's faking.
He's faking it. Common strategy. He knows he's by the middle detector. Set off the middle detector. It's going to give away his position. And Fox manages to pull it off. And that is game. A very, very close ending there. very
good
close.
Shit, Foxy, good shit.
What was he looking at?
A well played game. That was definitely a hard fought victory for sure.
Good shit.
Oh, they're leaving already.
You should upload your bosses and everything.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and give them a chance to upload their files, and then I am going to jump on their TeamSpeak and do a team interview for you guys. I'll be right back.
Good job, guys. Good job.
Should have knifed him, put him
Nice
on
$100. Let's go.
Yep.
What's up,
You
Tuck?
wanna go for it, dude.
Confirm the lineup, by the way.
Shark, Danny's in here. Talk to him.
Hey, what's up, Nick?
Hey, what up, dog?
How you guys playing?
They will.
We just
We
won
just
the
won
Go4.
Go4.
You guys know they'll contest it too, so upload all your shit. Make sure it all looks nice. Make sure you're smiling in all your pictures.
Wallhacks wants to have an end game interview with
Okay.
us for the fans for some
Yeah,
reason.
dude. Never have I felt so honored.
Oh my god.
My heart is
Dude,
bleeding
I
out of my
you don't
chest.
know
How
how
much
bad.
I'm sweating right now.
You don't know how bad I wanted to turn the corner and just knife him.
Hey, Nick.
He's the Ultra BM.
Hey, Nix, you wanna play, Nix?
Hmm?
You wanna play?
Sure.
You invite
Danny, I don't think you know what just happened.
Whew.
Well done, boys. Good job.
Good job. Good job. Tell the Lunatik guys we won so they can post it everywhere.
Yep.
Connected. Channel
Exit it and
switched.
then come back. What's up, Warheads?
Hello.
You're not speaking,
Hey, Warheads.
Doug. It looks like you're speaking, but no voice is actually coming out.
Yeah,
Nope.
we can't
Nope.
hear you. Still no. Nope. We just see the light up and nothing else.
You good,
Alright,
Kevin?
good.
User joined your channel.
Oh, there we
Did
go.
it?
Can you hear me?
Wait.
Alright, can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear
Okay,
me now?
go to ESL
Yep,
Wire.
we can hear you now.
One second, Warheads. 1 second.
Alrighty.
Go to ESL Wire. Go to the closed match, Kevin. Okay, closed matches. You see that? Okay, there's some open matches at top where we're gonna play in the Pro League, and then there's some closed matches right below them. And then you're gonna go over Empire Esports. You see that one?
There's. Fuck.
Yo, Wallhacks, just move up
what's
the
up?
channel.
Can you
Yeah,
check
yeah,
if my
everybody just-
moss uploaded?
Channel switched.
Alright, looks like the interview will have to hold on a second. They're going to have to confirm the match and everything. Get it all ready. And then we will bring you this interview with the winning team, Lunatic. So
User
stay
joined
tuned
your
for just a
channel.
moment.
Yeah, everyone else is gonna move into here.
Okay, cool. So good job, guys. That was a tight last one there you had to do. Not an easy one.
Yeah, for sure.
It's crazy.
No, Empire's pretty good on bank,
Yeah, it's definitely a
but
map
they
they play
started
a
getting
lot.
pretty predictable.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
that's where a case where I think streaming backfires on them a little bit, and that you guys were kind of aware of how they play, which is not necessarily good for them.
Well, I used to be on EMP, so it was pretty much the
see.
exact same strats all the time. Plus,
Yeah.
they only spawn back alley on bank, so that was kind of...
Yeah, it was definitely risky trying to counter peek Fluffy there on that back window. It didn't work out that
yeah.
time, but it was good to know that you guys were
Yeah.
aware that was going to happen.
User joined your
No,
channel.
yeah, no.
User
The
joined
thing
your
was
channel.
that I saw him on the drone, and I was like telling to my team, I'm like, yo guys, I'm gonna peek him, I'll get him. And then I turn the corner and I shoot and see the blood spatter out of like his neck or something, and then I just get domed, and then Turk just starts like laughing, like, yeah, you got him.
I'm not sure if you guys were aware that, but like 3 of you had over 100 ping too, so that probably didn't help.
Yeah,
I think
'cause
you
we
guys
made
might
it-
have.
we make it
East, probably.
central.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
probably
I kept
took the server.
getting-
That wasn't your benefit.
Yo,
I kept getting FPS drops like every other minute.
So we're gonna have to.
Yeah, that
we're,
doesn't
we're
help.
used to playing on like higher pings, considering we're from all around. So
How do I?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, some of us are Canadian, some of us are from the East Coast, some from West Coast.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
On. Well, I mean, you guys definitely made the best of it, though. It was definitely a lot of trading back and forth, especially since you guys traded one map each, and then down to the very wire there, tie till that last kill. Literally a 1v1 to finish a series of ties was probably the perfect ending you could ask for, with the diffuser down, no less.
actually, I kind of wanted to knife him, but nobody would let me.
It was a little
so-
risky. I was a little worried, I have to say, because the when you backed up, you set off the metal detector, kind of letting them know you were there.
Yeah.
The metal detector was like pretty much already on, and
yeah.
the music was playing. So unless he had it off, I don't know. It was just something to like trigger him off.
Yeah, that was good. You were able to hear the diffusing being hit too, because I've noticed a lot of situations where sometimes that sound doesn't propagate well, or you can't hear it, and it's a little risky in a situation where like that where you don't have good visibility.
Yeah, no. I know like sometimes my teammates will like if they're dead and they hear something they'll talk. So like I heard a slam on the diffuse, and like I think Gibbles like screamed at me to peek the bomb or something, and I just didn't, knowing that he'd probably be faking it.
Yeah, it looked like you kind of jumped forward
and so I said stop.
Yeah, you jumped forward for a second and then backed off.
I heard him diffusing, and if he would have gone to the second one, I would have turned around and shot, but it didn't hit, so I just kind of waited it out.
Definitely about as close of ending as we could have hoped.
But yeah, no, we didn't plan on kind of like having border as our first map. I'm like 90% sure Trick wanted us to ban it.
What's up, boys?
Yeah.
But nonetheless, EMP are pretty good with shotguns, and they really made that map like the best of it.
Yeah, it seemed like that. Even I was surprised to see Bandit pulling out a shotgun too, and it actually seemed to work okay on that map in particular.
Yeah, we don't. We all kind of laughed when we saw Bandit using a shotgun.
Yeah, but it worked out, right? As long as he was able to get you in range, that's a pretty lethal shotgun.
And I think flicks are amazing.
Did you guys take into consideration that that EMP won border or earlier in the day against Vex? And that might have been not a good pick for you guys.
So the problem here is team fucking picked without me being there, and they picked border against my specific fucking. Shut up, Foxy. They picked border against my specific instrument. It would have been over.
No, Turk said he was going to go to the bathroom.
There you go.
Turk said he was going to the bathroom, and for us to ban Bank, and Mental didn't ban.
No,
Bank.
I did not say Bank.
Well, you did end up with Bank.
Anyway, yeah. But yeah, nonetheless, they were good with shotguns. We weren't really following the matches that they were playing with other teams. But
I was, and I told you that.
It does seem like that could be useful to do for sure.
Right.
Oh yeah.
No. It worked out in the end, so I'm not too mad relaxed. But yes, we did know that they played border versus tier 3, but they won only slightly by 6-5.
I think it was a 5-3 against Vex on that map.
Was it really? Okay.
I think so. I think it was a pretty good. So they definitely had some strats for it for sure.
Fair enough. But so did we. I don't know. Border's a cool map. We like it. We want to make it an actual map of ours, but on the Go4s, you really don't want to show your Pro League stuff either.
Yeah.
So it was a good compromise overall.
So what made you guys want to play in the Go4s despite them you already being in the Pro League? Same with Empire. I mean, there's no points to be gained really, or like a qualifier or anything like that. You guys just doing it for fun or just practice, or?
I mean, initially it's for like, well, there's always the chance of winning money, but it's also a good way for our subs to get the playtime with us, so that if we ever do need them, that they'll be ready. And yeah, just pretty much
practice, money, and prestige.
There you
That's
go.
basically what it comes down to.
Thankfully, it worked out today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was a good series of matches, though. I was surprised to see you guys get a little bit of your run for your money against Hive earlier today too.
Oh yeah, What map do we play them on again?
Match, Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Clubhouse. Yeah, I don't know. We kept doing like stupid things on Hive. Not saying that they're not good players. They were. It was just like they were playing kind of as like a pug team. So instead of expecting there to be someone to trade or something like that, we kind of gave them.
User joined your channel.
I don't know. We just didn't expect a lot of things that they were gonna do because we thought they were gonna be more like mainstream, like most teams.
Well, it's good to know that like sometimes that can work. Come in with a little bit of the unexpected.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's in a pub or when you're doing ranked, like you're not always gonna win every single one, right? There's always gonna be one person who will be in the right place at the right time.
Yep.
User
so
left
which
channel.
maps were your guys' picks? Like that you wanted to play?
I mean, we kind of didn't play maps that we were usually good on, but we were pretty confident on House and Bank, so we wanted to pick those, but we were kind of thinking that EMP was going to pick Bank because they're good at it, but they picked Border, so we just picked House, which we're good on, and that's the map that we pretty much got into the Pro Leagues for beating Milspec on, so we thought we could,
So you guys were
beat
feeling
them
pretty confident on that then?
Oh yeah, we kind of figured that Border was going to be like a close game. But then we knew we were going to win house, and then bank was... We knew they were good on bank, and we were also good on bank, so...
Was there anything really unexpected that ended up happening, like to counter to your usual strategies on any of those?
Bandit shotgun, dude. You can see that. Fuck.
No, I think on bank we pretty much knew exactly what they're going to do all the time, because it was kind of repetitive. House,
they almost surprised us last round. Just fucking dropped down immediately. Quick
on
thinking on Foxy's part kind of saved us that round.
Yeah, boy, in the 1v1. On house, I don't know, we didn't expect them to pick garage and training room, but I don't know, it didn't really, like, we still made it work. And on border, I mean, they have, I don't know if they were doing strats or they were just playing, like, close angles with shotguns, but they had some pretty good teamwork on that.
Did you guys pick up anything you probably end up using then in your border strats?
User joined your channel.
After we played on like border, because I mean we kind of know EMP is a team that likes to use shotguns and get in close ranges. So we kind of just did the same on bank, and instead of like having a roamer, we pretty much just pulled out a frost and had like 3 shotguns at one point, and we just all played like close angles in bank and just sit there.
Yeah.
How are you guys feeling about playing the Blackbeard on a lot of these different maps versus running a shield now?
It's amazing.
Yeah, personally, shield is still like good in some situations, like Montang. It's for a lot of strats that you're just trying to go for the plant instead of the kills. It's really good, but with the effect of C4 being like, really powerful against them, like we much rather have a Blackbeard being able to hold a position, and yeah, it's just a lot easier for clearing certain angles, pushing people out, stuff like that, and holding key positions.
As Blackbeard, you really need to know when to push and when not to. And I fell victim to when not to quite a bit, but as well as if you know when you're supposed to be, basically you effectively shut down anything that you push yourself into as long as you clear it beforehand. So if you're clearing a hallway or something like that, you take the hallway and you position yourself, they're not retaking that hallway. So it's kind of knowing when to take more ground against the enemy team. So we effectively use that on bank quite a bit. On border, nope.
Yeah, no. Plus, since the nerf where they made the 2-speed shield 3, 2 speed to 1 speed, it's kind of like, it's with the C4, it's kind of like unless the person whiffs the shot, whiffs the throw, you're mostly gonna die. With Blackbeard, people don't think about C4ing you because they'll get shot easier. So it's kind of just like get in a good position and you'll win the gunfight.
Yeah, if they get shot, they can't detonate it, right?
Exactly.
Yep. All Blackbeard really has to do in that instance is just down you. At that point, he could just shoot your C4 out, and you have nothing to stand on. Plus, you've been down, traded to 50 health at best. So,
yeah.
Or 75 if you got Doc.
Our main shield player, Nyx, has transitioned into a really good Blackbeard, and Mental has also gone from a lot of people have been doing is like from an Ashe player would go into Blackbeard and kind of play a key point holder, so Mental's been doing a really good job with that
too.
too.
We heard you guys discussing that, talking about how aggressive players are transitioning well into Blackbeard players.
Oh yeah, there's Remorse Young who play the Speed Shield, Gun Havoc, people like them. Like I remember them before the patch, they'd just be playing Ashe and they'd be doing good on them. But now that they have Blackbeard, I feel like they kind of they took a more passive, and they got like a bigger gun.
those people, the people who kind of do that in general, they want to use the speed of the operator more than anything else. With Blackbeard, there's obviously no speed, so it seems like it counteracts everything. The interesting thing about Blackbeard, though, is the second you pull out your pistol, you're actually a little bit faster than most 2 speeds.
Yeah,
you actually have quite a bit of speed. So if you can do it safely, and only safely, and I wouldn't recommend doing this under most circumstances, but whip out your pistol, run a little bit forward, whip out your gun. You've covered more ground than most people can, and you're quick switching pretty fast. That's how you take like server stairs and stuff like that. If you know that they're not there, you have a drone saying, "Oh, there's one there." Whip out the pistol, run down there. That way, no shotgun player can push you that quickly. You're on the ball. You gotta be always on the ball, always thinking of every which
like
way
that
to
op
push in
knife
the right way.
switch kind of thing.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Do you,
Like,
guys
you
ever
need to
find
know when
yourself
to
taking
push and
off the
when not
shield
to.
though?
I know Nyx did it in our Pro League match
Yes.
against Orbit, but
Yes,
it was kind of like when the time is running out.
Yeah, you do if you need to entry frag hard and fast, but you shouldn't need to do that with a team behind you. But if you're like 2 left, you might take off the shield, but only if you're a fair distance away and you don't have time to put it back on afterwards.
Yeah, usually we'll have Blackbeard holding like a key position, and then we'll have myself on the Ash being the one who's the
Entry
fast
fragging
entry.
you.
And Mental will pretty much be the like
Refrag
turret in the
support,
background.
that kind of thing. Yeah.
He'll be the Bastion.
Hello, Mom! I love you, Mom!
Oh, Kevin. I've noticed quite a few times situations where the Blackbeard ends up carrying the diffuser tending to not work out well. I did see that one time for you guys on Bank when you're trying to plant in the tellers, where Blackbeard's trying to plant and he's the one who should be doing the cover. Is that a situation where you guys just kind of end up in that situation and don't really think about it till it's too late?
It's kind of like there's nobody really else other than Blackbeard and Thermite that you'd want to have the diffuser, because most of the other people are either going to be clearing completely away from the bomb or be rushing into the bomb. So Thermite does his objectives, and then usually he'll just either Turk or Laban will kind of just follow behind us and be ready to plant. But Blackbeard, we usually have him set up as the back cleanup crew. So pretty much if we make it in, then we'll hold plant for him, and then if we get traded out, he'll be able to cover the bomb. But if we get taken out, then he can pretty much clean up, plant, and then again do the same thing. So it's kind of like to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, I guess.
And in that teller's part, when it's down to like 30 seconds, you really don't think about like who has the diffuser and who needs to plant. Basically, everybody's the same. You just have to go for it. So we know there's like a couple of guys in places. So both of them are peeking, and one of them is closer. There's like literally no time to switch them around.
Yeah.
And then people who end up having it are typically the people who, well, before Blackbeard was even a thing, and back with the 2-and-2 shield. The shield would have the diffuser every time because he could plant, put the shield on his back, and just be safe. But obviously in ESL now you can't have a Blackbeard and a shield at the same time, and you can't have more than 1 shield. Blackbeard counts as 1, so at that point you normally would give it to the person who would be running the shield in the first place.
Yeah.
And that usually ends up being Blackbeard.
Yeah, usually we'll either have it on Blackbeard or Thermite, because both of them are going to be playing safe and doing the more kind of... Thermite has to blow open hatches, Blackbeard has to hold and clean up, so give them one of the bombs so it doesn't get lost like on an Ash rushing in. So
Makes sense.
You usually have your bomb on your support characters, and Blackbeard is nothing but a support character.
I mean, you can definitely use them as like a rushing character, which I've seen like Gun Havoc make useful, but it doesn't always work out all the time. Yeah.
It's a lot harder to pull off, and it's not something that the average player would include in their strat at all.
Now, have you guys been able to like incorporate having the sticky cameras into more of your strategy so that like you can hold certain areas or be aware of certain pushes ahead of time? Like I noticed when you guys were able to like actually adjust like your defense to the lockers instead of trying to control CCTV, for example. I noticed that worked out really well, right? Whenever you knew they were going to push that side, and having the extra cameras, I assume played a factor in that. What did you think, Kevin?
Yeah, Turks.
My English is bad. Ask someone else.
Okay, so Kevin
Turks is stickler. Turks is stickler for cameras. Ask him.
Yeah. We think having cameras are like insanely huge because most people already know where the original cameras are. Plus, you can sneak these cameras anywhere, watching pretty much anything. So just having that knowledge instead of just like going by sound or gut, it's just like really beneficial. So I mean, Valkyrie is like a really must pick kind of. Sometimes we didn't have her because we don't usually Nyx plays our Valkyrie, but Turk does a really good job playing her, and he'll throw some pretty good cameras, but yeah, good Valkyrie players who know really good spots will abuse the camera spot that can watch like most of the map. So
did you guys find yourself throwing cameras outside a lot? I didn't get a chance to see whether or not you were taking advantage of that.
On bank, it's kind of useless. On
Yeah.
other maps, absolutely.
What about house?
Like house we did. We tried.
Canal. Those are really good maps. To toss them outside
Maps that people would be repelling or
Yep.
pretty much outside are good. On house we tried getting. Yeah, house we tried getting cameras pretty much outside. But something like bank, it's like not really useful because why? Really no reason to see a person for 5 seconds before they get inside the building. So
Unless you're playing on casual.
Yeah, I suppose that could factor in. Try and get repellers or something like that.
yeah, no, definitely. Valkyrie has been like added into our must pick 5.
Well, how are you guys feeling about this upcoming game on Thursday, next Pro League match?
Against Milspec, I mean, we don't want to be too full of ourselves, but we beat them once. I'm sure we'd be able to do it again. They're all good players.
Right
But yeah, we believe we could 2-0 them if the map picks is in our favor. And we've all
Yeah, just like
practiced
what
one
Clever said, I believe.
Well, cool. Well, thanks you guys for doing this. I really appreciate Kevin putting the stream on so that way we could comment over it, so we could provide
it
something.
Sucks. Yeah, it sucks you guys weren't able to like kind of view all of it. I had some pretty nutty plays, but yeah, yeah, it sucks that EMP didn't want you kind of streaming us, but hopefully next time you can.
Hey, Wallax, did you like my grenade cook?
Yeah, I thought that was great. My comment on that was I think you threw that in more ways than one.
As I was saying, okay, Ken, what's our plan for 2v4? He blows up.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was
that's
waiting
your
for that
plan.
too. I saw I was like, he's cooking it kind of long. Nope.
Yeah.
It was a good try though. That was
The
just
best
barely
was-
too long.
The best was his reaction after he did that. He's like, "I'm a fucking idiot."
Yeah, that kind of stuff happens. I guess the pro players are the ones that don't let it get them down, right? And still manage to take the win at the end of the day.
Yeah, you don't want to get like, you don't want to lose morale. Like after that first border game, like we didn't really like. You just got to go in like thinking like we're gonna do our best. If we lose, so what? If not, we'll get better. We kind of figured. Yeah, it's like you kind of got to figure like, oh, we'll go even. Maybe they'll win, maybe they won't, but then we'll try and take them next one. It's just.
I always got to be planning that next match, that next round, that next movement you got to make.
It's good that it was
usually
your map
planned
next.
for you, though.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because if you get emotions get the best of you, then you'll kind of play differently. Like you'll be tilted, you'll be more aggressive. Maybe you'll choke something if you're not feeling well or you're tired. Like it's. Yeah, it definitely has takes a part.
Good thing none of us were arguing and shit.
Right. Yeah, I appreciate you letting us be able to hear some of the talk. I was trying to take advantage of letting the viewers get some insight into how you guys actually like adjust and try and call out strategy and things like that. And I think it was really definitely insightful.
Hey, I mean our calls aren't.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, our calls aren't pitch perfect. I know we're not super receptive sometimes, so we'll have to call something like 5 times out. And
repetition, baby.
I'm sure you guys heard a couple of us, mostly me, like rage after getting killed or something like that. I don't know. That's also something that working on. It's like just one word calls. If you die, just call out where the person was as soon as you know. But
yeah. That's a kind of discipline that's definitely hard when you're in the middle of dying.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially like in this game where the hit reg is all messed up and like kill cams and are kind of screwed up, and like you'll be behind the wall and you'll get shot, and it's sometimes it just doesn't make sense. But hey, it's the game we play every day and love. So. Right
on. Well, good job again, guys. Hopefully, depending on what ESL decides, we may be able to see you. Well, I guess you guys will be on the main stream Thursday.
Yeah.
So we'll see if we can get the off stream. I'm not sure. It's up to ESL to decide what we can and can't do. But hopefully there'll be some good matches. And for anyone watching still, there also will be the Bathwater Invitational on Wednesday. Not sure if you guys are going to get randomly selected for that or not, because I believe Vex took it, so they will be the guaranteed invite. I'm not sure the rest, but if you guys will be there for that, that'll be awesome as well. We'll definitely be doing that on Wednesday.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully we'll be able to stream all the matches for Thursday coming up, because you guys are definitely good streamers.
Thanks, man.
Very much
I
so.
appreciate it. Cool. Well, thanks again, guys.
Wait.
What's up? What's up, Kev?
Oh yeah, if there's any single gamer girls out there, I'm single right now, dude. I'm desperate. I need love.
There you go.
Alright, see you, dude.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
You too.
User left your channel. Disconnected.
And thanks to everyone for tuning in. And we'll catch you guys in the future here, hopefully soon. And probably a Bloodbath stream for Wednesday. And maybe on Thursday as well. Thanks for watching.